My stinger transition not work. Oh, it worked! We have CPU power. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is Friday night, and we're doing another very special Eberron one-shot with some very special guests from the Twitchverse joining us tonight, which is super exciting. And in addition, this one-shot is taken from the Helliana's Guide to Monster Hunting 5e third-party 5e sourcebook, coming from the very talented folks at Loot Tavern and being printed by the guys at Hit Point Press, the same guys who brought us Humblewood, as well as a lot of other very, very cool 5e supplements. So we're running an adventure from that tonight that they have released early called Shadow of the Broodmother. The fact that it's based in Eberron is a machination of my own, because the adventures in the book are, obviously they're, plug and play. You can put them in whatever setting you like, and obviously being a big fan of Eberron, that's what I'm choosing to place it in tonight. But before we get started, let's go around the table and introduce our very special guests and friends that are joining us on stream tonight. We'll go counterclockwise, starting with Zeth. Take it away.
Buddy, I am Zeth, or Bloody Z035. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I stream every weekend, Friday through Sunday, and it's hit or miss. So yeah, you can check me out there on the channel, streaming a bunch of games. And sometimes it's fun.
And also, probably the player joining us tonight at the most ludicrously early time. So thank you so much for agreeing to do this session, Zeth, especially after just knocking off work. So I appreciate you joining us tonight, and I'm super excited to have you here.
I've been hyped for it all week.
Next up, Yanti.
Hi, I'm Yanti of Yanti1 on Twitch and YouTube. I am a dungeon master and a player in Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm a vampire in Vampire the Masquerade. And I also do gaming on my streams. So that's me.
Thank you, Yanti. Evildoer.
Well, that's me, Evildoer, also on Twitch and YouTube. Variety streamer here on Twitch as well. Do a variety of content. D&D 5th edition, Vampire the Masquerade, which Yanti is a part of, Wednesdays and Sundays, and other times of the week, no set schedule yet, we do a bit of gaming and stuff as well. Recently doing some Foundry and map making using Dungeon Draft, so been doing that a little bit on stream.
Alright, thank you very much. And joining our three guests from the Twitchverse tonight, two of our regular players. First up is Adam. Adam, take it away.
G'day, I'm Adam. You might recognize me from the spooky times that we have on Monday nights when we play Strange Aeons with Josh as our DM on Tales of Pesh. I am also the Game Master / Dungeon Master for Savage Bear Podcast, which is a podcast of the Pathfinder 2nd edition. It comes out every Wednesday. Josh is one of our players. He plays the most beautiful Kale inside the campaign. So if you've not checked us out, please give us a listen. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, Ed, I am so excited to play tonight. I'm keen.
Thank you, Adam. It is a pleasure to have you back so soon after concluding our Eberron campaign together, and I'm excited to see what you bring to the table tonight. Katie, go ahead and plug whatever you like.
Cool. I'm Katie. I'm also Small Girl is Small on stream. You'll find me in the chats, and you might find me playing Humblewood with these guys occasionally and doing some one-shots. And the only thing I have to plug is my roller derby league. So Murder City Roller Derby in Adelaide.
There you go, guys.
Thanks. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, I think that's... and myself, welcome for any new viewers tonight. This channel is called Tales of Pesh. My name is Josh. And we usually just stream D&D on the channel. Sometimes I do some music production. I'm also a composer and music producer. I write ambiences and music to accompany D&D sessions. If you're interested in that, feel free to check out my Patreon link down below. And I also make maps, which at the moment are all free and available on the Patreon. So just jump down, especially this first map coming up tonight. Available for free. off the Patreon. Go grab a copy of it and use it in your own campaigns. Go for your life. Thank you, mods, for continuing my shout-outs for me. I appreciate that a lot. All right, who's ready to get started?
Me. I'm ready.
Yes.
A bit of
Yeah.
roleplay. A bit bloody ready.
All right.
William, bloody Kate.
I'm gonna just try and preload this. This should preload for everyone else. For some reason, Foundry is operating very slow for just me tonight, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. But let's kick it off. So we find ourselves in the evening. The sun has just set over the horizon of the Milcool Swamp, located on the Glum River. Within the Shadow Marches region of Eberron. So we're in a small bayou outside of a tavern by the name of the Gator. This gate is located on the docks of this bayou, and with the night sort of beginning and the day is winding down, shops are closing, people are moseying on over to the tavern, and there is one last river barge, seems to be approaching in the distance. But for now, we are drawn to a lone figure standing outside of the town notice board, just across the path from the tavern. One of the locals, a half-elf by the name of Bran. Evil, would you like to introduce your character?
Well, Bran stands around 6 foot tall, as you said, half elf. Hazel green eyes, long, dark hair tied back in a ponytail, slung across his back with a longbow, quiver of arrows to his side. Wears a sort of dark grey trench coat and leathers. He looks like he's probably a little bit full of himself. He kind of fancies himself a bit of a hunter.
Cool. And does he have a visible dragon mark at all?
Probably not visible to the general public.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It'll be hidden beneath his clothing.
So something has just caught your eye on the notice board. A bounty, an offer for a decent amount of coin that has been placed on the board by someone by the name of Dr. Dulots. He says he can be found at inside the tavern on the notice, and mentions that the bounty concerns the taking down of some sort of large monster within the swamp.
Definitely piques Bran's interest, and he would probably quite hurriedly head inside to attempt to find this gentleman.
Alright, so as you head for the door and enter the tavern, just behind you there's a loud clunk as this final river barge begins its final approach, a few hundred feet away. Aboard the barge, besides the driver, a half-elf by the name of Rygar Delirandar, 4 figures on board. Three of them, quite small in stature, and one of them quite tall. I'm gonna start with Ame, standing on the bow of the river barge, contemplating the bayou before him. Another half-elf, Zeth, if you would like to introduce your character.
Arme, he standing a little bit over 6'1", kind of just has that complacent look on his face as he's looking out around the bayou, and kind of wondering what evils have drawn him, that evils have called him here, as he is a hunter of demons.
So you produce a piece of parchment from your pocket, small letter, from the name of a stranger by the name of Dr. Dulots, who had summoned you here to the bayou, with a mission, a quest, an offering of taking down a beast that had been causing him some trouble. Unbeknownst to you, Ame, the other 3 passengers on board had also received the same letter and been summoned from distant lands, with the exception of one. But for now, you're sort of joined. There's a creak in the deck of the boat as a halfling steps up next to you, carrying one of the biggest weapons you've ever seen on such a small-statured person. Finton. Adam, would you like to introduce Finton?
Finton is a 2 foot 8 inches tall halfling. He's quite small and slender for his race, I guess you would say. He seems very light on his foot. He's a lucky maybe 20-year-old, maybe 25, somewhere in that bracket, year old halfling who, he's got a happy kick in his step. He's excited for the adventure that is to come. And he's, holding a massive battle axe, which is probably 2 feet taller than he is.
So this half-elf standing on the deck hasn't said much on this trip. You've been traveling together on the barge up the river for a few hours. And he's piqued your interest now. Why exactly is he, or let alone him or the other passengers on board, all heading to this same small bayou on the same boat? And for what reason? There's another set of footsteps, sort of walks up the bow behind you, and then another halfling, small of stature, sort of approaches the bow and begins looking over the bayou as well. Yanti, would you like to introduce Cora?
Cora is also a small halfling. She has red hair, green eyes. She's got her leather bodice and pants, but form, needs fashion as well. So she's put a dress over it, kind of, because connections are important. And she's going over her list that her father gave to how to heal people. And she's kind of trying to breathe in the swamp air, like, embrace the whole excitement that is to come. And she's kind of looking over people to see who would look the most adventurous for her new quest for getting some money together. So she's kind of looking around. And she's got a little mark of healing, but she's not really proud of it, so she's kind of trying to draw over it and make it the mark of hospitality instead, kind of disguising it, because that's not what she wanted in life. So she's kind of itching her arm and she's looking around.
That's a new one. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
So Cora, you notice this half-elf clutched in his hand this letter that he's contemplating, and as you sort of glance at it by the lantern light flickering behind you on the driver's compartment, and you see it has the same signature as on the letter that you received that summoned you here to this swamp by this Dr. Dulots. A final set of footsteps from behind you, and another small-statured creature hobbles up with less elegant footsteps than the first two. The three of you turn around and see a small kobold approaching you. Katie, would you like to introduce Dabo?
I am Dabo! Dabo is a kobold from Sherritt Cole. He has come in search of glory and to fight monsters and bring back spoils for Kethorax the Cunning. And he's ready to do whatever he needs to show his glorious skills to his leader.
So does Darbo just blurt all that out to the three characters as he approaches them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Where's
has no filter.
Where's Bran at the list? I'm waiting. I'm at the door.
You're about to enter the tavern, and you sort of like the sound of this boat docking behind you sort of catches your attention, and you hear this kobold just loudly exclaiming his life's purpose as it echoes over the bayou.
Bran would definitely look over his shoulder, sort of raise an eyebrow at this loud thing that's just gotten off the barge, and probably mutter under his breath, takes all sorts.
Finton will instantly turn around and put out his hand. It's like, it's kind to meet you. My name's Finton. It's lovely to meet a fellow like yourself. Holds out his hand towards you.
Is this to Darbo? Oh, yeah.
To Darbo, yeah,
Darbo.
sorry.
Darbo kind of steps back a little bit. It's a little bit. Nobody ever says hello to a kobold. He's like, I am Darbo!
Yes, I heard you before. I'm not the only one who heard that, right? And he turns around to the other.
I'm Cora T-Song. Are you guys here for adventure of one kind or another?
Yes.
I'm here for monsters!
Oh, that's pretty event. I'm in. Are you starting up? I'm in.
Who are you?
I'm Cora T-Song.
She said it before. Her name's Cora.
I am Darbo!
Yes, that's Darbo.
I feel like we're in a loop. Maybe we should, go and.
As they're doing this,
Maybe
Armies
you
just
should
gonna
keep your voice down,
crack a
little
smile.
one, before a monster comes and eats you.
Oh, they do
I am
that.
too small.
You'd make a nice snack, I think.
Too many bones. Not enough meat. But I will slay the dragon and bring home its skull for Kethorax the Conqueror.
You know of a dragon?
Oh, there's dragons.
It could be a dragon.
Yeah.
Darbo is not too sure.
It'd be nice to fetch a few scales or perhaps a horn or two off it. Yes.
You sure you're ready for a dragon? You certainly don't look like you are.
Yeah, Finton kind of brings his axe, which as you notice, he brings his axe off his shoulder and puts it down. You can tell it's probably heavier than he is, and he kind of rolls with it with the balance of it. He's like, I'm definitely ready. I'm excited to give this thing a go.
You sure you can lift that thing? It's bigger than you.
Yeah, he just looks up at it. It's like probably the edge of the blade is sitting at the top of his head, maybe even higher up. It's like, it's a little bit shorter than the last one I had. So this one,
I'd be interested to see what you can do with it.
Well, it depends. If the kobold keeps squawking away, we might actually find one sooner.
We find it
I would.
now.
I would pay for that.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Well, someone's paying us, and he holds up the note and he kind of shakes it out.
So you're here to find the doctor as well. I was just about to head in.
Well,
Would you like to join me?
Certainly. It's a lot easier to fight the beasties if you've got friends around you.
I think
Yes, I have slayed a few myself in the past, but it's always easier with friends. Don't often like splitting bounty, but
Look, I'm not here for the money.
Large beast might not be.
If I can find
one that I
myself
can
a good
take on
tooth
there.
or a horn, perhaps, of the creature, I'll be happy. I'm after trophies, you see.
As am I. And
Oh, man.
he'll tap his chest, and you'll probably hear something solid beneath his chest. And in his pocket, there's like a good sized notebook type thing. You can sort of see the edges of it.
Hey, Very interested. But yes, I think I'm with you. We've got to head inside, I think. Find out where this Mr. Do-Much or
See if we
something.
can find the good doctor.
Yes. Hi, you lead on. I'll follow you.
Well, come on then. The rest of you, are you here for the same thing? You wishing to join?
Oh,
Josh, did I get a...
No,
I didn't get a letter,
Darbo,
did
you're
I?
the only one who didn't receive a direct summons from this Dr. Dulots, but you do see the bounty. Like, the bounty hanging on the notice board is just like a public, like, call to arms. So, I don't know if Darbo can read or not, but he probably definitely
He
recognizes...
understands the concept of money.
Yeah. He definitely sees, like, the dollar signs on it, and it has a picture of, like, some miscellaneous beastie on it with, like, a big red X through it indicating, something to be killed.
Darbo was here for it. He's ready to go. He'll see that they're going in and he'll follow behind.
All right, so you enter the tavern. It's a relatively quiet affair. As you walk inside, you see that the ramshackle walls and floors do very little to sort of dull the swamp ambience from outside, and there seems to be just as many insects in here as there was on the outside as well, buzzing around. There's a few locals that seem to be in for an evening drink, and what catches your eye in particular is in the table to the left. When you enter, there seems to be a party of adventurers, it would seem. Heavily armed group, which I actually have a portrait of. And I'll show you right now. One day when it loads. But funnily enough, this group also comprised of 5 people, 3 of them also small, very small in stature, just like you guys, and accompanying them, what appears to be a Goliath, a half-giant, and a dwarf. Before you can, as you're sort of taking in the scene, before you even get to perhaps contemplate ordering a drink or speaking to anyone, a voice calls out to you.
Thank the sovereigns, you have finally arrived.
There is a very pale yellow-skinned dragonborn approaching you from across the bar, dressed in a very dusted up and dirty lab coat. Oh, the picture of the party just loaded too. There it is. That's the 5 adventurers in the bar.
The eyebrows on the guy on the right. I love him.
Oh yeah, he is fabulous. I'll say as you steal one last look at this party, and there's a very very heavily armored gnome, a pale halfling dressed in sort of a black leather cowboy outfit, who she seems to be contemplating some sort of ailment on her arm. A Kalashtar monk who's just quietly sitting at the table, look with a kind of revolted look as she glances over at this Goliath sitting next to her on a seat that is just sort of groaning under his weight as he's just churning back food, just like a remorseless eating machine. And standing behind the table appears to be holding a quill, a dwarf who appears to be wearing a very large set of high-heeled boots, perhaps to compensate for his height. Just seems to be scribbling away on a piece of parchment. But this Dragonborn has sort of just quickly run over to the bar. He taps on the bar in front of the bartender and sort of like clicks his fingers, points at the 5 of you, and then walks over and says,
Thank the sovereigns, you finally arrived. Are you're the adventurers I summoned, the monster hunters.
Finton will walk up, put out his hand. Finton O'Reilly, kind to meet you. You must be Dr. Dumuch?
Dr. Dulots. Yes, that is. I am Dr. Dulots. I am a scientist here. Has been doing research in the swamp. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting away from myself. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you received my summons. Was it a pleasant trip?
I think if I'm honest, I was asleep for most of it.
What?
Just dreaming.
I would say
But
that's a yes then. Lots of people
Yes.
complain about the insects, but not an issue for me. Scaly
When you
skin and all.
spend as much time in the swamps as we do, the insects don't bother you after a while.
Yes.
You see Darbo in the background just kind of snapping at the mosquitoes.
He kind of like glances over your shoulder, Bran, at Darbo and is like,
Is he with you?
Well,
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Sure.
You'll say yeah.
why not? I mean, it takes all sorts
Darbo
of stuff.
kind of looks over. I am Darbo!
Yes, we heard the first 5
Finton,
times.
Tries to
Bit of our
usher you
mascot.
forwards.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Dabo, and Mr. Finton, and who else do we have here?
Forgive me. And Bran will bow slightly and Bran,
Pleasure to meet you,
local
Bran.
hunter. Saw the notice on the board.
Yes,
But come and-
I have heard tell of your exploits. I was particularly hoping you would be
course,
joining
of
us. Yes. And who
I
do
would
we,
not miss it.
who else do we have?
Yeah, Army's gonna go up and just hand him the letter. And Army.
Fantastic, Ame. I've heard much about your exploits as well. You are an accomplished magic user, yes?
Sort of.
Yes. Your talents will surely be needed on this quest. And last but not least, another halfling.
I'm Cora Tisong. I'm in the medical profession temporarily, not for life.
Yes. Capital. This is good to know because there is some, shall we say, medical problems involved with your quest. Come on, come over to the bar, please join me. I will buy you a round of drinks, sold for all of you.
Did Finton goes to the bar as quick as possible? Probably beats. It's like, 3 pints. And he just like puts the axe down next to him and just kind of like takes him maybe 2 jumps to get into the seat, and climbs up and puts his hand on top of the bar.
The bartender is a very tall and broad-shouldered, but seemingly over-the-hill half-orc with a long, sort of bushy head of grey hair and long mutton chops coming down his cheeks. Well, reading you must be the out-of-towners. Dr. Doolots was telling me was on the way.
Yes, Finton O'Leary. And he puts out his hand.
Zane. I'm the owner and
Zane.
proprietor of the Gator.
I am Darbo!
Well, hello, Darbo.
Hello, big man!
Well, can I interest you all in a drink or something to eat? Must have been a long trip. Got a few specials right now.
Well, apparently the drink, and I would, if it's not too bold to assume, the food is on with the good doctor here.
Of course. Zane, please give them any food and drink that they require. We need them fed up and have their strength back for the quest.
Oh, all right then. Shall we say swamp meat and shroom pies all round? Unless, of course, someone needs the vegetarian option. We got algae stew.
Now,
The pie is
I'm
good for
fine
me.
with the meat.
I'm quite
pints
alright
if
with
you
the pie
Uh,
can.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fan-
Darbo likes pie.
fantastic. He kind of like gives a shout to the kitchen in order to come out, and I'll pour some tall ales for y'all. Turns around to the barrel and begins pouring.
Right, now, to the business at hand. I'm sorry for being so forward, but it's quite urgent. I was quite hoping that after a night's rest here in the inn tonight, perhaps you could head out to the swamp tomorrow morning to deal with the problem.
So what type of monster are we dealing with, Doctor? Are you even sure of what it is?
I am personally not convinced, although perhaps after I've filled you in a little, those adventurers over there may be able to help as well. They call themselves the Fearsome Five. I hired them originally to solve my problem, but
He leans in closer and sort of covers his mouth.
I think they may have duped me a little.
How so?
Well, you
What do you
see,
mean, duped?
Did they not kill this beastie? I mean,
No,
clearly not if you're
that's,
posting.
That's it. I do not think they did. You see, I have been here for some time, studying the strange fauna in the swamps. Everything in this area is evolved in strange and wonderful ways. But a few weeks ago, my assistants, they all disappeared on a day trip one day. I hired the Fearsome Five a few days ago to go out and deal with the problem, and they told me they had. They even bought me.
Therein lies your problem, good doctor.
What problem is that?
You hired the wrong people, of course.
Yes.
You had a local hunter tracker right here at your disposal, and you did not think to call me. Come and see me.
Well, that's another thing, you see, Bran.
My speciality is tracking after all.
Another strange, shall we say, symptom of this problem in the swamp. Most adventurers that go out, they come back and they report that they found nothing in particular. They report that the swamp is completely mundane, which is quite the contrary. Nothing in this swamp is mundane. Everything is strange. You will see tomorrow. But these adventurers, this Fearsome Five, are the first to return without this strange problem of being convinced that the swamp is completely normal. Although, my assistant, still disappearing. I sent another poor man out a few days ago and he did not return.
Perhaps you should stop sending assistants?
Yes, I think that might be prudent. Yes, that is definitely good.
He's sort of like he clearly wants to sidestep the missing assistance thing.
He does have a look of guilt on him.
They're just interns, it's fine.
At this point, Bran will retrieve the book from inside his coat and start taking notes as well.
Finton will look over, seeing as you put a lot of attention towards the book and talked about hunting beasties. He's like looking over, trying to catch like any notes that you got in there from previous anythings.
On the open page, it'd be one page is blank, which he started to fill out with notes of this expedition. Previous page, you'd probably see a reasonable drawing of a direwolf.
Ooh.
And a list of potential, just some sort of short paragraph. Whether you can read it or not, it'll be in Elven. So
how dare you? Of course. Well, actually, okay, maybe after you just commented. No, no, I only speak Common and Halfling.
Okay, so yeah, you wouldn't be able to read what it says, but there is definitely a reasonable drawing. You can definitely tell it's a direwolf.
Right. He's just like looking over to caption it. Well,
so you will see tomorrow. Something strange about this entire area. It is as though, as over 1,000 years, everything has evolved in very strange ways. And I believe that whatever beast it is at the center of it may have some kind of effect on all the fauna and maybe the source of their strange evolution.
No one has reported bodies?
No.
Any evidence of foul play?
No, it's, most adventurers, as I said, just returned saying that the swamp is completely mundane. This is the first time that people have not come back. I'm sorry, but there is not much more I know. Perhaps if you spoke to the Fearsome Five, they even have some strange creature in the cave that they claim is the spawn of the beast.
Interesting. What do the rest of you think of this? You up for an adventure?
Cora is also taking notes, but it's actually the meat pie might have garlic in it and like stuff like that instead. But go on.
Darbo is just like scoffing into this meat pie. He is just devouring. He's not even really paying attention. He's just like, oh yeah.
So, Doctor, where will we meet you tomorrow? What's your plan? Like, we staying at the tavern? Is there rooms for us? And he kind of points this direction towards Zane, possibly even the doctor, to see if he can milk him for a bit more. Because he's not that he's short of cash, but he's short.
Well, yes, there's plenty of room, and the doctor has kindly fronted your fee for the evening.
Oh, thank you kindly. So, do you reckon those five have a bit more information for us?
Yes, I think they will. If they are not lying about the entire thing. Oh, by the way, the bounty I am willing to pay is 3,000 gold pieces.
Well.
Oh.
This is it's an abnormally high fee.
It's a very abnormal problem.
Yes.
I mean, if you say so. I mean, I'll keep my mouth shut. And Finlay will finish off his pint, get off his seat triumphantly, and then wander over towards the five adventurers. Before turning back and say, Dabo, do you want to come have a chat, perhaps?
Yes! About what?
He just puts his hand and says, like, follow me.
Alright. As you turn to walk over to the Fearsome Five's table, you are surprised to see the dwarf with his impressive high heels has mounted the table, and he produces a drum. You see him quickly contemplating the piece of parchment he had, and he sort of throws it over his shoulder with a flourish and begins like tapping on the drum with his fingers, and he sings you a small tune. Attend the tale of the Fearsome Five. Through cursed swamps did they barely strive. The water crashing did pull them in, so phantasmical horrors could wear them thin. Their magic let them swim and thrive, the Fearsome Five. Delivered that monster's death wish. He does. Throws his arm out and with a flourish, like, does a deep bow and then looks around the tavern expectantly, like, waiting for applause.
Finton looks around for applause as well.
Darbo's kind of holding his bow and arrow, just like, I shoot him now!
Bran just starts a slow clap.
Just, like, put your hand on top of your bow arm and just kind of points it to the ground.
Thank you. Please. Oh, no need to stand up. Oh, a standing ovation. You're too kind. You're too kind.
Armies just shaking his head at the tune. Just that.
That's a good tune.
Army, do you think he knows he's tone deaf? I mean,
no, Josh can sing well. What are you talking about?
I can hear you, you know. It's a
he was
small
supposed
bar.
to, good sir.
Not yet. And Finton will walk up to the table and probably be like that, hide and put up his hand. Finton O'Leary.
He steps down off the table and loses.
They call me Cacophonia.
Bless you.
Thank you, I think.
We heard you at the and from your son that you're the Featherful Five. Not Featherful Five. I don't know why I said that. The
Finton,
five.
I thought it was the
You're
Fruitful
five.
Five.
Fearsome
Five.
Five.
What was the names again? I've
Fearsome
completely
Five.
forgotten.
It's
I even heard
Fearsome
the song.
Five. I'm speaking
Fearsome
to you
Five.
right now.
Thank you. Sorry, I did. My friends
Are
they probably had
Frightened
better than I
Five?
did. So you five. We heard you got sent after a beastie, but you didn't come back with it.
The gnome, the heavily armored gnome, sort of like pushes himself off his seat. You know, it's a few inch fall to the ground when he pushes himself off the seat with a loud clunk of armor as he hits the floor and walks over. Yeah, we killed the beast, and then we came back without it because we didn't want to touch it. It's fucking
What do you
gross. It was
that's
gross.
You didn't take a trophy or nothing. Nothing to prove that it was dead.
Well, of course we did.
When,
Feast your eye upon this. He turns around, produces from under the table. He sort of like slides it out with a little bit of effort. A large box, around 12 inches by 12 inches, covered in a cloth. Places it on a table. As he does, you hear a strange half whine, half snarl from inside of it. It's like... It's like,
I thought you said you killed it. That sounds like there's something inside it.
there is something inside it, mate. And it's alive. And it's proof.
It's what?
What, proof that you caught something tiny?
Look, you want to see it
Is
or
this
what?
gonna make a beastie? Yeah. Go on.
Well, feast your eyes upon this. And he pulls the cloth back. Inside, there is a very strange beast. Like, looks like part like small ray, part like jellyfish, but these long tendrils coming out the back, a wide set of mandibles with a set of gnashing sharp teeth behind it. It sort of lunges at the side of this small cage, as though to like lunge at you, gets trapped by the bars and just like latches onto the cage bar with its mandibles like
Well,
I thought you said it was a big beastie.
It goes still, completely still for a second, and it has 3 small eyes arranged in a vertical sort of arrangement in the center of its, what you would call its forehead. And the 3 eyes lock eyes with you, Finton, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Finton is no good at that. I don't know why I create characters with terrible wisdom saves, but it's a repeated thing over all of everything. All right, sorry, and I've whittled on enough and wisdom. There you go. A 9.
A 9. So, for a brief second, you hear a strange, you just, it's like tunnel vision, or your mind just goes blank and you hear a small voice in the back of your head. Let me out of the cage. And then you sort of, one of your arms like twitches as you reach for the cage door, and then you sort of like snap out of it and realize what you were doing.
I turn around and I look at
don't touch
Darbo.
it.
Looks like
You
Slimo
say
almost
something.
got you there.
Slimer, really?
Slimo, yeah, he slaps his thigh, the gnome. He's like, ha, Climo here almost got taken in by the fellow too. Had to give him a wrap around the noggin to snap him out of it, eh, Climo? He like slaps the Goliath on the back of the like in between the shoulders. The Goliath chokes on a bit of bread briefly. He's like, oh, sorry, Climo.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this was the beastie that was causing the problems.
No, this is one of its kids.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine bigger and meaner.
So,
And-
if this is the case, where exactly would the body of said beast be situated?
And could we take the child?
Back in the swamp where we left it.
Has
All right,
anyone,
'cause
has
you
anyone
killed-
gone back to corroborate your story?
Well, no.
What
Do
are
you
you
expect
gonna...
a good doctor to pay without proof?
Well, he's already paid. He prepaid. We ain't green. We made him pay us beforehand.
Oh yes, that's probably a good idea.
Bran just looks over at the doctor and raises an eyebrow.
How much did you pay these gentlemen?
Is-
How much did you get paid for the beastie?
Look, that would be, I'd say, a breach of our professionalism to reveal that.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Right.
seeing as you've been paid, do you still need this thing?
I think we're going to keep it for now. He sort of like pulls the cloth back over the cage. Luckily, there's only one of him here. Get a few of them near each other and you don't stand a chance. They seem to strengthen each other's mind control capabilities. Well, this cloth over his cage seems to put paid to his hijinks, mind you. And he sort of slides the cage back under the table.
Bran would be taking notes the whole time as well, just the little things, the effect that the creature had on Finton, and what the gnome just said.
What did they eat by chance? You ever feed it?
I can't say we have yet. Have you fed it, Climbo? Climbo sort of like stops hoeing into like the whatever it is, the French breadstick he's currently like eating like one giant Goliath mouthful at a time. He's like, Nah, Climbo would never part with his food. No, we ain't fed it.
I wonder what it is. It seems to have a mouth.
Can
Alright.
Darbo eat it?
I mean-
no.
Well, You're still hungry after that pie?
Dabo is always hungry.
Okay.
Dabo grew up in Shat Coal. Not much food.
Well, I didn't eat all of my pie, Dabo. If you're still hungry, you're more than welcome to it.
It kind of looks like seafood.
Dabo
It tasted lovely.
Dabo just yeets himself into the pie. He doesn't even say thank yous.
Well, thank you, the five of you. It was very kind of you to show us your little beastie and tell us the tales of all the things you've done. Thank you. I guess we'll finish the job, and yeah. And he wanders off to the others.
Would you mind showing me on the map where you encountered this creature?
Aye, we could do that. As he's rummaging through his bag and producing the map, Bran, you notice that Bran and Cora and Arme, as you the three of you are just sort of like lingering there while he's just rummaging through these papers. You see that the halfling with the group, the one wearing all the leather, she has this small vat of oil on the table in front of her, like a very, very thick and sort of creamy kind of oil, and she's getting it out in sort of large amounts and lathering it all up and down her bare arm, which seems to be very, very extremely dry and cracked, almost unnaturally, like it's some kind of disease or something.
Are you all right? Seem to have his brand doesn't even say anymore. Just sort of points at the arm.
Roll a nature or a medicine check.
Oh, nice.
In fact, if anyone who's watching, anyone who's observing this can also roll the check.
Dabo's
Nature or what?
Nature or medicine.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Brand knows nothing.
Nope.
That's a 26.
No, it's
Oh,
working.
there we go.
It's working, Yati. You've rolled like
Oh
7
no!
checks.
I rolled 3 times.
A few more than 3.
I think you rolled you rolled
well,
like 4, but your
you
first
know,
one was a natural 20. So
Yeah.
There's a
Like,
natural
it's not
20
working.
in there. We can take that.
Yeah,
Josh.
Your first.
It's
Yeah.
not working.
I think the first one was a natural. Actually, no, the first
Yeah.
one was like a 17.
Yeah, but there's a natural in there. We'll just use that. It's fine. It's fine. Josh is fine.
Sorry.
That's all good. Okay,
There's a lot
Ken,
there.
So you guys also, as you
I
look,
got excited. Come on.
as you look closer, you see that the dry skin seems to also be accompanied by what appears to be a very conspicuous, fleshy, yellow lump sticking out from under her sleeve. She, in answer to your question, Bran, bloody swamp has dried my skin out. Only time I ever get any relief is when I take a bath. I've never bathed so much.
Oh, that doesn't look so good. Did you get bit by something, maybe?
What, that? Oh, that's just botfly larvae. Our cleric says to wait till it hatches so we don't leave an open wound.
Okay.
Cora, for your knowledge check that you made, you know without a doubt that it is not a botfly bite, but you don't know what it is.
Oh, that's probably not. You might want to lance that or something. That.
Oh, that sounds
second.
painful.
Get a second opinion.
Well, doctor gave me this oil, said it might keep my skin a bit more moist, but I don't know what else to do about it.
Well,
If
sure.
you want, I could try something.
Would that be much appreciated? What were you thinking?
I was thinking
Ah,
just
let
cut
me
it
just-
off, but
No, let me just try this. And he's gonna hold. Arme's gonna hold his hands out over the wound and expend 5 points of his lay on hands to try and cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Ooh.
If
No.
that
Right.
works.
Josh.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
Scrolling. Here we go.
We solved the adventure, guys.
We've done it. We've
That's it,
done it. It's
Emma.
over.
It's been great.
Alright, so as you do so, Arme, as the warmth of your lay on hands passes over her skin, and you see the skin, the dry skin, begins to sort of de-crack and return to normal. And as the effect moves up her arm and hits the yellow, strange yellow lump, it pops with a just disgusting just spurt of yellow liquid, and something drops to the floor out of it as the wound closes up.
Bro.
Wriggles for a few seconds and then goes still, seemingly having been killed by being exposed to the air. As you examine it closer, it appears to be a very, very small version of the thing that was in the cage underneath the table.
Alien.
Save that. Put it in the box.
I pick it up and I give it to Arme's gonna pick it up and give it to Brahm.
I'm sorry, what the
and
fuck is that?
Bran-
What just came out of my
Bran
arm?
just rummages through his pockets and grabs out a cloth and takes it, and then lays it out on the table as he goes and sits down again and just starts looking at it.
Bran?
Congratulations.
Yes.
You're
It's a boy.
the proud mother of a baby Slimo.
Roll me a knowledge arcana.
So just a
In
arcana
fact, an arcana. Sorry, yeah, that was a Pathfinder. Yeah,
check. Yeah.
all the
Arcana
time.
check.
Anyone who's observing can make an arcana check if they like.
This is not going to be
Touched
good.
it now.
Oh, someone
Oh,
got a good
natural
one.
19. 19.
That'll do it. That'll do it. What do we got? 6 from Arme. Oh, another 19 from Darbo.
3 from Darbo. Holy
Darwin knows exactly what this is. He's popped a few pimples in his palm.
I have no idea what this is.
This is out of character, but yes.
Oh, Eddie.
Oh, no.
Darbo, your lineage sort of dates back thousands of years in the Dramish region and Shadow Marches region of Western Corvair in general. Your clan has passed down stories and tales down the ages from the Age of Monsters, when the Dalkir and their forces led a large assault on the surface world against the Goblin Empire of Dakan. You've seen scratches in the walls of Sharat Kol depicting such tales, and you're fairly sure that the thing on the table in front of Bran isn't the spawn, the very early larvae stage of an aboleth.
Bad! Bad! Choo-choo! Bad! Get rid of it!
What's wrong?
It's dead.
What's
Bad! Very bad! Get rid of it!
kind of cute a little bit. I mean,
And what would Bran get from his roll?
Bran,
19.
you would concur the same, but in more of a scientific fashion than just remembering a cave scribble.
Don't diss the cave scribbles.
Well, I tend to. I mean, it's already dead, so killing it is kind of a moot point. But yes, it is not good. Have any of you heard of an aboleth, by any chance?
you heard of an aboleth?
Just go. Did you make a knowledge check? You didn't make a knowledge arcana check. I'm gonna say it. No, Cora, you have not.
Nope.
I've never heard of it either.
Well,
Is it a big thing?
This is the what?
Yes.
Ooh.
It is a
Does it have
nasty,
horns?
a nasty wee creature.
teeth?
Or large creature.
Arme has.
I do not think I have information about it, and it just starts flipping through his pages, and it definitely hasn't seen one before. Hasn't got any notes on one, but would Bran know what one looks like, or just know of
you
them?
perhaps seen like old sketches from very old tomes describing describing Dalkir forces from the Age of Monsters, but actually
Never seen one in person.
Yeah, and Aboleth in this, like on the surface world, is, at least as far as you know, unheard of.
You don't really see them here above ground normally, but they are large, kind of squid fish-like creatures, large teeth, no horns that I remember, but.
That's fine. So if this is what we're expecting to fight, I would certainly like one of them teeth.
And with that, Bran would probably turn to the Fruity Five and describe the Aboleth again. And is that what you left in the swamp? Is that what you killed?
That does sound like what we fought, yeah, but it was a bit. There was a lot of egg sacs.
Oh.
What you mean, like kind of like when a frog's about to give off its spawn? Or are we talking more like
No, that's actually quite accurate. Now.
Yeah.
Yes, and the three eyes are quite accurate also. This is obviously definitely a young, but I don't really know much more than that, I'm afraid.
Are we going to have these things getting in our skin, though?
Well, not if you don't get bit, I assume.
Well, you bit by the creature. Was another action partaken with you and it? No.
That's proper rank, mate.
Well, as far as we're concerned, we've just yeah.
I mean,
Finton doesn't know how to explain the situation.
We have aided you somewhat in removing this from your arm. I mean,
well, I'm sure.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if the effects.
Proper grateful for it, aren't you, Gar? There is a sort of swinging of the saloon doors behind you guys as someone enter.
Is it Aboleth?
Yeah. You turn around.
Everyone rolls initiative.
An Aboleth with 8 6-shooters in its tentacles.
This town ain't big. For the two of us.
No, it's, everyone's vision like swings around and then levels downwards as another person of small stature has entered the bar.
Oh my god.
But this person has a bushy
Everyone's
tail.
so short in this place. Oh my god.
A bushy tail and a pair of ears on what appears to be a bipedal raccoon wearing overalls and with a large pair of goggles on his head. I hear someone say something about Aboleth teeth.
Yes, and rushes over and it's like, Finton. Finton. I think this is the first person Finton's ever met that's shorter than him.
Larcene is my name. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Finton.
He holds out a clawed-furred raccoon hand.
Out of everyone, this is the first person who's actually shook his hand, so he's very happy. Because no one else has said they put their hand out to shake it. He's vigorously shaking it at this point. It's lovely to meet you. Yes, we are mentioned in Aboleth. One came out of our arm, or his arm. It's the fivers.
Well, fantastic. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm here to offer my services as an artificer. I specialize in the creation of peculiar items made from the body parts of monsters. If you are going after an Aboleth, you can bring me back certain parts of it. I can surely make you some very, very nice trinkets. For a price, of course.
Finton kind of looks over at his
discounted price for the retrieved items, I'm sure.
Of course, but there are further materials that will be required, essence of aberration and such, and I'll be happy to provide those for a fee, as well as the fee for my time, and we'll have ourselves a deal, and you will have yourselves some shiny new magical items.
The idea Finton has of just his axe being changed from like an axe head to maybe the tooth of an aboleth. Oh, he's giddy with excitement.
But I will tell you, if you are indeed going after an aboleth, they have, if you could perhaps see what you can acquire. Obviously, it might take some damage when you take it down, but the hide can be handy. The eyeballs, egg sacs, mucus, teeth, and tentacles. See what you can do.
What about the meat?
The meat is all yours. It's quite foul.
Oh,
Zane, would you be interested in some aboleth meat?
A new warrior.
No, this is the fact that this is an aboleth is distressing enough, and...
Oh, sorry, you're speaking to Zane the bartender.
Zane.
Sorry, yeah.
It's not very nice doing accents, you know. They're taking the
I
piss.
know, it's hard.
Son,
say
I don't
It's
even
cursed.
know. I don't even know what an aboleth is, my son. So please do not bring it into my kitchen. We make soul food here.
Sounds fair.
Ooh, chili con carne to go.
So thanks for the raid, Ardana. Welcome, guys. We're doing another Eberron one shot. Stick around.
Hello, friends.
So I'm guessing that we should probably get some rest and prepare ourselves
really?
for an adventure.
Yes, rest up. You have the location on the map now. You head out first thing in the morning and...
Nice and early. Get a good head start.
Is it easier to fight these things in the daytime?
I
Because if
think
I'm
it's
honest,
easier-
I'm kind of, ready to go now.
I think it's easier fighting most creatures during the day.
Yes, I would not recommend
I mean-
going out into the swamps after dark. It can be rather dangerous.
I mean, while I can see in the dark. I mean, I don't know how many of you have the same abilities to
Nope.
see in the twilight hours, but
Dabo prefers the dark. Sunlight not good for eyes.
Kind of gestures to the goggles on his head.
yeah, darkness is not really one's friend when tracking creatures in the swamp either. And to be fair, how many of you been in a swamp before and realized that you could easily get lost and be sunk into the bogs and the marshes?
That is quite accurate. Drowning is a very real thing.
I know,
I have
just
intimate
started sinking.
knowledge of the marshes around here.
Fantastic.
really?
You are in good hands then.
Right. Well, I guess we'll stay for the night and then head out in the morning.
I believe it'd be a good idea to take a rest and prepare oneself for such an endeavor.
The last scene, the raccoon turns and heads for the door. Well, if you come back alive with some aboleth parts, my workshop is just up the boardwalk.
We will
Alright.
hopefully see you
Oh.
again.
Well, if there is nothing else, then I will perhaps turn in as well.
Doctor, just one more thing before you depart.
Yes, yes.
You say 3,000 gold pieces on completion of this particular endeavor.
Yes.
Would it be too much trouble to ask for half of that up front to procure supplies and such for the morning's journey?
Yes. Understand completely. I will arrange to have it brought to your room within the hour.
Is that suitable for the rest of you?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds fine by me.
I just want to
Dabo
sleep.
wants it now.
Such a keen little warrior.
He like pats you on the head, Dabo.
Very well, I will see you all on the morrow then.
Good evening, Dr.
Fine night.
Do lots.
Thank you, Doctor. Do something.
And you guys spend the evening long resting in your rooms upstairs. And the smell of swamp wafting through the ramshackle walls and through the window. And the cacophony of insects and bugs buzzing around all through the evening.
Music to Bran's ears.
Garbo's never slept on a proper bed before, so this is like really new
Really uncomfortable.
for him. And he just keeps snapping at all the mosquitoes and the bugs.
Finton is passed out, snoring, leg hanging off the bed. Barely enough covers to cover him. Actually, no,
Right.
sorry, he's tiny. He's wrapped up in a pillowcase.
So you all awaken early the next morning. Enjoy a hearty breakfast on the house. And then head out. So the initial part of your jaunt through the swamps will be on board a small dinghy as you float up the bayou towards the area indicated on the map. And on the way, you witness some very peculiar things. So
It must be.
it appears the doctor wasn't joking about the strange evolution of the flora and fauna in the area. You're sitting there in silence, sort of Bran, Armee at the front, sort of on high alert, on the lookout for anything, trying to accost you. Suddenly there's a crack of lightning from the tree line up above as a bird shoots a lightning bolt from its long reptilian tail, stunning a fish near the water's surface before swooping down and plucking it up with its long talons and flying past your heads and into the vines and disappears.
Okay, that's new.
Cora inches closer to the probably Armee because he's the tallest. Hides behind him.
Did you all see that?
Yep.
That's not normal. Never seen that before.
See what?
Oh, the lightning chicken. That just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finton's looking around, staring at it. I'm trying to look around for the creature.
So keep your eyes peeled for anything strange.
Fenton, as your eyes are darting around, trying to see what they saw, you swear you see a man dressed in rags peeking out of one of the bushes. As you make eye contact with him, he just turns around and just scarpers into the bushes.
There's a man over there in the bushes.
What?
Sir, come back here. Come. How deep's this water?
You can't see the bottom, put it that way.
Much deeper than you.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Yes.
it'd be sort of dirty, greeny,
I don't know
browny
if that's a
swamp
jump
water.
to my
Yeah,
character.
it's
Just
too,
my general height.
it's too murky to know how deep it is.
Yeah.
Beyond 5 feet. Yeah.
Finton thinks about putting his axe in the water to test the depth, but he doesn't want to lose it.
As you drift around the next corner, you see strange, small, 6-limbed mammals grooming one another in the treetops. They sort of fix the party with hard stares as the dinghy just slowly drifts underneath them. And they ferry insects into their mouths off each other's backs.
Bran knocks an arrow just out of pure instinct. Seeing the
Bran.
strange creatures.
Bran,
Yes.
you're
yes.
a wordly man, right? You've travelled around a bit.
Yes, well, around here. I'm from here. This is where I make my living.
Is this He's pointing at the 6-legged animals, and is this normal? Is this common?
No. I can't say I've seen these creatures before. This is new.
Oh.
I haven't been this far into the swamp for some time.
Do they look anything similar to anything that we would normally see, maybe a monkey or a?
It's kind of
bird?
imagine Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, but with brown fur.
Okay.
Aloha!
So that would be completely foreign to Bran, even though he has hunted.
Oh, they are very
these
strange.
marshes.
These 6-armed
Yeah.
mammals are just completely outlandish and
Yeah.
He's noticed that you've knocked an arrow. He's just
Yeah,
tugs
just-
at your sleeve. Can you get me one?
I want one too.
Uh,
I mean, it wouldn't be alive if I shot
No,
it.
I don't
Is that
need
what
it.
you mean?
no, that's fine. Please.
How far away are they?
They're not too far. I'd say the branches overhanging the dinghy are like 15 feet or
'cause
so
Bran,
in the air.
Bran is mildly intrigued because it's a creature he's never seen before, and being the hunter that he is, it's kind of like he wants to kind of know about it. Contemplates drawing the bow, and then sort of turns to Finton and says, I do prefer to stalk my quarry and learn a little about them before killing them, so I can write it in my book. You did see last
Fair
evening.
enough. May I borrow your bow for a second? Completely unrelated.
That's Paul.
Look, thank
Now
you.
put her hands over the bow.
Right. Pulls a shot, pulls it back, and fires.
Bran wouldn't stop him. He'd probably just look at him and think, okay, let's see how good this guy can shoot.
Finton, make a ranged attack.
So look, I'll do it with my hand axe because I presume it's going to be the same amount.
It'll be the same roll, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's a great roll.
The arrow. The arrow arcs between the group of strange little mammals and then just keeps whizzes through the vines and into the distance. You distress them a little bit. One of them sort of like makes a hissing sound at you and begins to defecate into its hand.
Oh
I
Barbara hisses back. Or
I
snarls
grab
back.
another arrow and I fire it.
Roll it.
You're rushing your shots. You should
All right,
just
take it as
your time and just
If
Why
you're
not
not so
rush the
good, then
shot
you
so
take a
much?
shot.
It whizzes through like the second time, almost like just sort of clips the fur of this little thing, and it just like it makes like lets out a little war cry, and there's like and then there's these 6-armed little mammals doing 6-armed fusillade of flinging poop at the boat. And
Oh,
you guys
Jesus
are just getting just hit
Shield
from
army.
all angles.
Army's gonna
Oh, my
charge
God.
up and shoot an Eldritch Blast at both the targets.
Roll a
Yeah,
hit.
Bram would probably return fire as well, just out of sheer reaction from having stuff thrown at him.
I feel like that's a miss.
That's a miss.
And hey, I
There
hit
we
the
go.
second one.
There we go. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Arme sort of points at the branch, unleashes his 2 Eldritch Blasts. One of them whizzes past. The second one hits the branch. The force damage just sort of like makes the branch shake wildly, flinging the little mammals off. It's like, ah! They sort of flail around as they flip and then just like bloosh into the water. And you see them like panically, like they're like swimming, like super panicked for the bank. And then you see this enormous fern at the bank all of a sudden move with unnatural zeal, and it reaches its leafy branch, reaches down and snatches up one of these monkeys, and just like the monkey is thrown inside the plant itself and begins like digesting it. It's like,
Well,
Don't
that's
go
not
by those
something-
ferns.
That's,
yeah.
that's not
you
natural.
Have you
Narmer
seen one of them
also
before?
did a firebolt.
Avoid
no.
the ferns. Yeah.
No. Yeah. You can see Bran's visibly distressed. Like none of this is new to. None of this is he's seen before. It's odd. This is not the marsh that he knows and has hunted in. So he's mildly upset right now.
Finton is just going to pass back the bow. I think the sights on it are off. I'll stick to I'll stick to my javelins and my.
I think you're just a shit shot.
Well, you did rush. You did rush a little. I mean, take a time to aim, like a little bit.
Look, I'm used to using this thing, and he's like holding on
Well,
to
I
his
mean,
axe.
to be fair, I mean, like I said, that thing is huge. I mean, maybe if you
Look,
get
you
someone
know,
slightly
first
smaller.
opportunity we get, I'll show you.
Right, I look forward to it.
Me
Something
too,
tells me
actually.
you don't.
Bit
Something
excited.
tells me that you don't want to get too close to an aboleth, but
To an
we'll see
aboleth.
what happens.
No. I mean, ideally we want to kill it so I can get the teeth and then make
Yes.
it into a new axe.
We're in a place where everything wants to eat you.
I know another place very similar to this,
Oh,
far across the sea. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of down under.
Darba wants to eat everything.
I think you get along rather here. This is like your homeland, perhaps.
Too wet. Much too wet.
you get used to it. But yes, maybe we should take extra care in where we walk and what we touch when we disembark.
You, as you drift around the next corner, you sort of look over the edge of the boat, and in the shallows next to the boat, you see one final strange thing. You see an 8-eyed fish, and it appears to be spinning a web from its behind underwater, an underwater web. Which and you see this frog like doing that, that funny swim that the frogs do, like kicking their back legs to sort of the frog crawl. It's like swimming past, just minding its own business, and it swims into the web and gets stuck and like starts struggling, and this fish just like opens a mouthful of jaws and just like snaps it up in a flash and then disappears into the mud.
Do I even need to ask?
That might be
No,
good eating,
no,
though.
just
Right.
yeah, right.
So as a small muddy bay leads up to a thicket of impassable vegetation. Within the wall of closely knitted swamp bramble is a half-submerged passageway of uneven, muddy ground, scarcely 5 feet wide. The boat makes a, that sound as it rolls up onto the bank, unable to proceed any further, and you'll have to move on foot.
Through the water?
Through the water. So it's
I like the base color is brown in the background.
So it is, for sort of the brambles here on either side sort of are so thick and have grown like so high, they sort of creep over and they form a tunnel. Not completely dark inside, like a little bit of light managed to penetrate through the brambles, so there's dim light inside. And you have no choice but to wade through the knee-deep water and into the passage.
Right. Well, shall we? And he just,
Right.
Finton just gets up and starts walking through,
Uh,
balancing his axe on his shoulder.
Darbo
Bran-
follows.
yeah, Brandon probably.
Armies
push
right
forward.
behind Darbo.
I'm at the back.
Yeah. Brandon would probably push forward to the front, being as he's familiar with these waters.
Well,
Yep.
Finton will
And
try and push
well,
past.
the type of lands.
Finton wants to be first as Aboleth. He wants a tooth. He's keen ears.
Don't
Keen
get
hands.
too far ahead, Finton. You might. These
Honestly,
waters
I'm
might be a little
fine.
deeper than you think.
Yeah. He like turns around and the water's up to his chin as he looks up at you.
Yeah. They do
Yeah,
get a
right,
little
maybe.
deeper from time to time. Like I said, I'm familiar with these areas, and I would be able to aid us travel a little more swifter.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, believe me, I'd rather not go first, but
Oh, then I'll go first, and then he walks out in front again. This beastie's mine. So, are we taking this as like difficult terrain? That's how deep this is in the moment.
Yes, it
Or
is.
is it
It
flavor
is.
deep?
Yeah, it is. It is
Perhaps.
difficult terrain. Yes. So,
No charging.
as you move into this bramble tunnel, you see the brambles are like just so thick, and there's just this strange unnaturalness about the water. The swamp ambience from outside is even dampened and muffled and almost completely silent in here, and you hear just like this cavernous howl as you move in. The air is cool and clammy within the passage. The ground undulates beneath the water. Roots and clods of earth occasionally break the surface, while at other times it falls away with a lurch, leaving you thigh deep, or the smaller members of the party shoulder deep, and having to basically just paddle through it. Despite the lack of any perceivable current, whirlpools of silt spiral straight upwards with each footfall. The water elicits a sensation like a strong tide, pulling you onwards whenever it touches your bodies. The air is void of the thrum of living things that have accompanied you on the journey thus far. There is no buzz of mosquitoes, and the distant call of birdsong is muffled. swallowed by the thick vegetation that hems you in.
So does it feel like it's like the water is pulling us in?
It feels like the water is pulling you in.
So if Finton was to take his feet off the ground and relax, would he kind of get pulled?
There is a
in?
small drift, yeah.
Okay. Finton might do that.
Alright.
Just kind of like bob.
He can only do it at certain points. Like most of it is like it's like slightly above knee deep on Finton through most of it, but it does get to the point where he has to like quickly paddle through a deep spot.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he'll be probably mainly using his axe to kind of like push himself forwards. Whoop. Hello. This has got closer. So he's just pushing himself through the water like with his axe, and when it gets too deep, he like uses his axe to like anchor himself up and push himself across to try and tread water.
Alright.
Brandon would be keeping relatively close to Finton.
I feel
Just
like
keep
choosing a
an eye on him,
yeah, I
making
think
sure he doesn't disappear beneath the water.
not the beard. Ooh.
Stuff and things.
There's a.
Alright, so you progress. It takes a few minutes as you wade through this narrow tunnel. These bramble tunnels sort of wind back and forth like a switchback before turning yet another corner. The space opens up. You would be forgiven for thinking you were in a cave. So thick is the twisted swamp bramble that rises up from the surrounding foliage, forming a dome overhead. Visible within the humid, dimly lit dome is a lake, some 100 feet across. Small islands of mud clump around protrude from the water below, and the ruins of a primitive village are picked out by narrow shafts of sunlight. On a small island at the far side of the lake is the unmistakable dead form of a tentacled creature. Between the lake's entrance and the corpse is assembled all manner of creatures, many bearing the fleshy yellow sacks you've seen elsewhere. More appear through the thick vegetation or bubbling up from the lake. Each carries tiny, manta-like creatures inside these yellow egg sacs attached to them. Not dissimilar to the one you encountered. So it's like crocodiles floating there lazily with these egg sacs on their backs. You notice, Bran, the nearest one is sort of like relaxing on the bank, and you see that the egg sacs sort of out of the water are all dried up and shriveled and seemingly lifeless, while the ones below the waterline are sort of wriggling with that same motion that the one on the halfling back at the tavern did. And you see there's all manner of different swamp creatures. There's these alligators, there's these big snakes swimming around in the water, all manner of reptiles and fish. They all seem to have these egg sacs on them just drifting around in the tunnel.
Yeah, that's a concern.
You notice, so I'll just make sure everyone can see, has line of sight here. So I point some things out. I'm just going to move his forward 5 feet. Should be able to see most things.
A lot closer if you wish.
Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub, 091. So you see, down here, I'm just going to ping it, is what appears to be the corpse of some sort of tentacled creature.
Brutal.
The creatures are these reptiles are all around in the water, and over here, between you and the corpse, there's like this writhing pile of these infected animals that seem to be just like pushing into each other, into this pile in the center for whatever reason, just writhing over the top of each other and seemingly forming up on this small island. It seems a few other creatures around are slowly like drifting their way through the water towards the pile. And as you observe this, there's sudden splashes all around. Oh, I also will remark, the water inside this cave, you sort of step forward to gauge it, Bran and Finton, and you definitely have to swim. It is definitely deep, and it appears if you want to stay dry, you'll have to move to the islands within the cave. And as you convey this to the rest of the party, splashes all around. You spot a large number of these strange aboleths spawn, the one in the cage back at the tavern, breach the surface of the water, and then start swimming towards you rapidly at high speed.
Oh,
Fire!
Finton,
Everybody,
Finton's just like, yes!
it's like late season. Oh
everybody, select. Make sure you select your tokens, and then roll for initiative.
Oi! Finton O'Leary got a 20 for his initiative. Oh wait, I haven't edited my dice.
There is a lot of
16.
light sources on this map. Wow. All right. So for those playing with us on the channel for the first time, that is a lot of initiative dice getting rolled. For those of us playing on the channel here for the first time, so we use the optional variant rule of initiative re-rolls. Everybody re-rolls initiative at the start of every round, so your initiative order can change round by round. It happens automatically though. You don't need to roll it. You just roll your first one. So,
Cool.
Neat.
beginning combat. I'm going to put on some battle music. So,
Natural 1.
Oh no.
several of the broodlings, you see them dive below the water, and you see like just these ripples on the top of the water, like sort of streaking towards you guys at high speed. Finton O'Leary, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Right, so no beasties in front of me yet.
Not directly in front of you, no.
Alright. Finton is going to enact Rage as a bonus action to start off with. I now need to roll. Where is it? It is sitting over here. What'd I get? A 6! Ladies and gentlemen, until my rage ends, I am surrounded by multicolored protective light, and I gain a +1 to my AC, and all allies around me within 10 feet get +1 AC.
Ooh.
It's probably a bad idea for me to rage because I can't actually attack anything right now. But you're saying splashes are happening in front of us?
Like in the distance. Yeah.
I heard it as that. That's right. All right, Finton is going to swim to that island and shout from there.
Cool. So you swim at half speed. So you may
That's
have to
fine.
use an
I get
action
70
to dash.
feet. So it's 30.
Oh yeah, you're a fast boy, right?
I got 35 feet of speed. Yeah. So I'm going to charge. Do you mind unpausing the game?
Oh yeah, there you go.
So you see him just like rage and just start swimming over to the island. And as soon as he gets up there, he goes, "Beasties, come after me!" And he starts spinning around in a circle using the momentum of this giant axe head to just start spinning and spinning and spinning. And that's the end of his turn. While all these multicolored lights spurt out from around him. And yes.
Alright. That one. So just bear with me one sec. I forgot to put some people in the initiative. There we go. So, this encounter has lair actions. One of which it is going to take right now.
What does that mean?
It means
Initiative 20, shit happens.
yeah.
A lair
I
is
should have rolled better than a natural 1.
Yeah. Or you're just being polite and letting everyone else go first.
So
No, Darbo's is not paying attention.
the water all around the lair begins to sort of churn unnaturally. anyone who is currently in the water, which is everyone except for Finton, must roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Gosh.
My favorite.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Darbo, you have passed.
Somehow.
You are the only one who passed. Perhaps just too oblivious to the situation to realize what is happening. But the other 3 of you take 5 psychic damage as the water sort of begins to just seep into your ears and into the corner of your eyes, and all of a sudden you experience these horrible psychic visions as though the terrible experiences of some beast inflicting pain on people just floods into your mind. You guys have just been granted some inspiration dice. Looks like we're rolling a d5 to see who gets them.
That doesn't exist. Or is it d6 and on 6 it's you?
Oh.
Cora says, Finton, those lights are hurting my eyes.
You just hear Finton go, ah.
Darbo and Cora, you've been given inspiration dice.
Nice.
Courtesy of Kenshi Dark and Savage 32. Oh, and Gablagel's just given out another one. I'm going to roll a d3 to see who gets this one. A 3, which is Finton. You have been given an inspiration dice.
Thank you. I will do the click.
Clicky, clicky.
All right, Finton. The broodling southwest of you here surges across the water. Places itself next to its friend in front of you. And then, just like back in the tavern, the 2 of them sort of slowly turn towards you, and their 6 collective eyes meet with yours. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no, there's 2 of them. That means it's even worse than it would be. Aha! 15!
You have
Take
passed.
that, beasties!
You hear 2 voices in your head. Help us, yes, join us. And you like sort of shake your head and like just snap yourself out of it. Cora T-Song, it is your turn.
Cora is going to say, I'm sorry I only have 3, but I love you all equally. And she's going to cast Bless on the closest 3, and which would be the closest 3 in front of her.
Okay.
So you get a d4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
Very nice.
And she's going to move to... can I move to that island? Let's see. Can I move? I'll just move right here.
Yeah, if you go over land,
There
that's
you go.
fine. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Sort
where
of
you
on
are,
land.
I'm going to consider you out of the water there.
Oh.
Still on the land.
Yeah. I think yeah. That's me.
All right. Another broodling surges across the water, places itself next to its 2 brethren, and Finton, you hear another voice join the cacophony inside your head. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw. 14.
You've been reading too long. I'm going to use my inspiration now.
That's one. Hang on, I'm just doing math.
It fails. Thanks,
9.
Josh.
That is a pass still. You see, you just continue. You're like, stop. You keep spinning even faster with your axe.
They can't get
And-
eye contact. The spinning's stopping it.
Bran and Arme.
Mercy Deep just redeemed give advantage for next.
Oh,
next
sweet.
attack
Next
roll, too.
next player attack roll has advantage. Thanks to Mercedes. Thank you very much. You hear a sudden rustling from behind you in the bramble, like the side of the bramble passage.
Uh-oh.
What is... Oh, I can see your passive perception right here. Not high enough, I don't think. It's not. Do you hear... There's a rustling in the brambles and then a succession of... chunk, chunk, as you are... Oh, you might be struck. Let's see if he hits. Oh, a natural one. And a 5. There is like... In the water around you, Bran, there's bloop, bloop, and 2 darts hit the surface of the water and just sort of like drift away. You turn around. Standing behind you in the brambles, a very peculiar being, like a fishman with one giant eye, standing there holding a blowpipe.
You're so lovely.
Arme, it is your turn.
I don't. Do I see the darts, or is that just Bran?
Yeah, you can see he's revealed now because he attacked. You can that's him standing there.
That's all Bran does with that.
Seeing this, Arme is going to turn and open up his palm again and cast Eldritch Blast yet again.
Awesome. Hold shift when you make the attack roll for your first one because you have advantage, and that will roll it with advantage. And 11.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Oh, and bless, yes, add a d4, roll a d4. You can, there's a little dice tray below the chat. You can just like click the d4 and click roll.
Oh.
Well.
So a total of 12.
12.
Unfortunately, your first Eldritch Blast misses. Roll your second one. This one will just be without advantage. It'll be normal.
All right. $13?
13 plus a d4.
Oh, keep forgetting about that D4.
That is a hit. You can roll the damage on that one. 10 force damage. Your Eldritch Blast strikes this strange fishman in the chest. He sort of makes a gurgling noise as he's rocked back by the force. Anything else, Arme?
And that is all I can do. Yep, end turn.
All right, Bran.
Bran wants to get out of this water, so first things first. Gonna move to there. Sort of get himself out of the water. And looking around, what would be the biggest creature that I can see? The thing that shot at us, or the big snake?
The biggest creature you can see, yes, would be the giant snake.
Sort of just looking around frantically, trying to decide what he's doing. Thanks, bugger it. Sees little spinning Finton over there with these 3 creatures on the top of the water. Is going to make an attack at one of them. So probably the first.
Yep.
It's this one here. 2 attacks. Oh, sad.
You're blessed.
The 12.
A 12 is a hit. Roll damage.
Is a hit. Nice.
Oh no, I can't get rid of that. Sorry.
That's so good.
I was trying to put that over me for the +1 bonus to AC. Thank you.
points of piercing damage with the first arrow loosed.
6 points of piercing damage. Your arrow strikes the broodling. It lets out a little high-pitched whinge. Just...
And fires the second shot. Same broodling.
That is most definitely a hit.
Roll a d4 for good measure. So it'll be a 30 to hit.
That's a hit.
And once again, with the bow.
Ooh, a 10 damage.
With
Your
10
arrow
points of piercing damage.
hits home, strikes this thing's center mass, makes one final and then sort of like flips, rolls upside down, and then sinks below the waterline.
And that is pretty much me.
All right.
Oh, I moved to there.
Finton, you see a constrictor snake slithering towards you through the water.
Come on. Come get me.
It does.
Come get me, beastie.
Slithers 30 feet and right up to you.
Yes. Hit me. Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
It makes a constrict attack. An 18 to hit.
Yes! My rage continues!
For 8 bludgeoning damage.
Or bludgeoning damage.
Which I believe is halved because you are raging?
Raging, yep. 4 bludgeoning, so it gives me a big old cuddle. He must get hurt a little bit. He's like basically cuddling a Beyblade at this point. My whole concept for this character was a Beyblade.
Nice.
Not really, but
Awesome.
I now see it.
You are,
in its purest form.
however, grappled by the constrictor snake. And
You bastard.
until the grapple ends, you are restrained.
Well, that's fun.
Another constrictor snake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Swims. You see it slithering towards you as well, Bran. Finton, sorry. Well, the other one, they just seem to be beelining towards their nearest target, which is you, Finton. This one comes up and attempts, while you're grappled by the other one and restrained, it attempts to bite you with advantage. And 19 to hit for a whopping 3 piercing damage.
Is that already halved?
No, that's not half. So 1 piercing
Woo!
damage.
1 piercing damage. Is that all you've got? Come on! You can barely see him engulfed by these snakes.
Another broodling whizzes over.
Oh,
Actually, this
I
one
forgot what it's
will
like
go-
playing a barbarian.
We'll go this way. Darbo, you see this broodling zooming across the water towards you. And it locks eyes with you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's really easy to pass, by the way.
Alright.
Yeah, bless.
And I do have blessed. that
You
I
are
missed,
blessed.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna need
You might
Roll
be,
that. Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
you...
help.
I got a
That-
4.
Inspiration.
That is a pass. That's a pass. That's a pass. That's a pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
7.
Luckily, saved by the bless.
7's a pass.
7
Damn.
was a pass.
No stress, only bless.
There is a splash in the water behind it as another one erupts from the surface. Locks eye contact with you, and Darbo, you hear 2 voices inside your mind.
Oh.
Join us, kill your friends.
Roll another wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
That is a pass.
And then with the bless?
Oh, don't worry, you've already passed, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Just keep rolling dice.
I'll just keep rolling. It's fine. It's totally
That's a
fine.
dirty 20.
Nice.
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 What we want.
Oh.
Alright, there is another rustling of the bushes. This one,
God.
Cora, you hear him coming a mile away. This is not a stealthy fish man. And he lunges at you with a trident. With no advantage because you caught him, but an 18 to hit.
yeah, that hits.
That hits for 4 piercing damage, and he makes a second attack with his trident.
Bruh.
For 7 piercing damage, a 21 to hit.
Nasty.
All right.
What you want? What you gonna do?
Darbo, it is your turn.
Oh, wow, finally. All right, cool.
Murder.
Yeah, Darbo's going full murder
Cast
on
it.
these little...
Elbow smash.
Yes. Darbo smash! I am going to cast a Chaos Bolt. Whoa! At probably this one,
All right.
or the one that's closest to me, whatever it is. I don't know. All right. Let me have a look. See.
Ooh.
And then do I plus bless as well?
Yep.
Or,
Yep. You had the bless.
or bless? No stress.
Where is it? That's
J-
8 plus 1 is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Your chaos bolt splashes into the water next to it.
All right. Can I hop up onto the bank?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna. Oh, where am I? Where am I? Can I
You
move?
literally get there. Yeah.
There we go. I'll go just there, but I'm technically there. Yeah. Yeah. And that's about it. I think there's much else I can do.
All right. There's more rustling of the bushes from the other side, from the other bank. He rolls a stealth check. He fails. You guys hear this one coming as well. Another of these fishmen emerges and fires 2 blow darts, one at Arme and one at Bran.
Son of a bitch. They're coming from everywhere.
Arme, he's not a very accurate boy. The dart just sort of just goes on a very lazy arc and just like goes bloop into the water in front of you. And
He just kind of looks at.
but he breathes deeper and gets an 18 to hit against Bran.
Owie.
You take 2 piercing damage and 4 poison damage.
Ooh,
Damn.
some poison in that. Blah.
And then round 2.
Ah! Ah! Right at the end. Oh yeah, if you are in the map and you right click on the fist that's at the top right hand corner, you can keep up the combat tracker permanently. Just in case for those of you who haven't used Foundry before. And the reason I expelled is because Finton O'Leary rolled a 5 and he is last.
Now you understand my pain.
No,
Bran,
not really.
The
I
broodling
feel half.
in the water in front of you surges forth and leaps out of the water and makes an attack with its bite and a stinger on its tail.
Bring us, little pig.
Does a 14 hit.
It does.
2 piercing damage.
Oh no.
And its stinger, a 2 to hit. That is definitely a miss.
That misses.
Cora, the fishman that is accosting you, stabs you, attempts to stab you again with his trident. 1 miss with a 4 to hit. A 22 to hit on the second one for 3 piercing damage. And Bran, is your turn.
Right. Bran sort of looking at himself. He's looking a little hurt. Sort of looks around and casts Cure Wounds on himself. Just at first level as his action. A whopping 4 healing. It's better than a kick in the teeth. And that's about all I can do, really.
All right, Cora.
That's my action. Yep,
Oh.
that's me.
It is your turn, Cora.
All right. Bless is gonna have to stop, guys. Sorry. I'm going to reach out to this fish guy and slap his hand. Stop it! And try to inflict wounds.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
Ooh.
My experience has always been positive with this. Well, oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Cora, how would you like to
D10?
dispatch this fish man?
Beavers.
I went to slap his hand, but I accidentally punched him in the face, and he caves in.
His
a little
face
bit.
caves in from the necrotic damage you transfer into his head. He's got falls face forwards into the water and just drifts.
It's a boat.
There we go. Am I able to move here on that little thingy and still be on land, or
Yep.
no?
Yep, that'll be
Okay.
fine.
That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm gonna go there. That's me. For my turn.
Alrighty. Ame, the fishman over here, just shakes like an angry fishman fist at you, mutters something in his like garbled, and then takes a deep breath and fires 2 more darts. Ooh, a big 6 to hit on his first one, and a big 7 for the second one. So both misses again. Just he's clearly his first day on the blowpipe, and these darts are just like lazy arcs are just hitting the water. They're like building up in the water in front of you. Just these expended darts just go bloop, bloop, bloop.
Mainly spittle coming out.
Darbo, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Darbo is going to yeah, I'm gonna try and attack the one that I attacked last time. Same thing, because actually no, I'm gonna use a firebolt. Why not? Alright. Let's see.
Ooh, and 11 to hit. Who are you targeting?
The one that
That one? Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, that is a hit for 11 fire damage.
Nice.
So your firebolt strikes the side of it. It makes like a shriek. It's like, and then it sort of like quickly like rolls around in the water to try and put itself out. It does not look healthy at all. Anything else, Darbo?
I'm going to, I think, move around. Oh, hang on. I never remember to move myself. No, I can't move. There we go. I'm going to come around here so I can prepare to kind of jump over. And that's it.
All right. Ame, the broodling that Darbo just hit. Actually, no, the broodling, it goes after. They are quite intelligent. It attacks its assailant. It makes a bite attack.
Bruh.
Bruh.
A 15 to hit, Darbo. Oh, that is, your AC is at least 16, I believe.
Oh,
Am
hang
I
on.
right?
Yeah, it is 16.
Alright,
yeah.
sweet. That is a miss then. And it
Aha.
follows up with its stinger. A terrible, a 2 to hit. So you sidestep both attacks easily.
Can I like swat it away or something? Or
You have to wait till your turn. Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
All right. This
Yo.
snake continues to chow down on you with advantage, Finton.
Try me. Literally. I don't taste good.
A 23 to hit for 7 piercing damage.
That gets through, but only 3.
Yeah, you can halve that. Yep. Arme, it is your turn.
Unaffected by the darts from the one, he's going to whip his sword around as electricity builds from it into a whip, and I'm going to cast lightning lure on the one that I initially attacked.
Oh, hell
That
yeah.
tried to get a surprise.
Lightning law.
So I need a strength saving throw.
Strength saving
From
throw.
Yep.
I've never heard of this before.
Lightning lure.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
stuff. He has
The cool
rolled an
spell.
8 for his saving throw, which I'm sure will be a fail.
That is a fail, and it takes 2d8 lightning damage,
Lightning. 2d8 lightning damage.
and it's pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards me.
All right. So, as your lightning lure lashes out and wraps around him, and like pulls him forwards as he hits the water, and the lightning just sort of compounds as it's conducted all over him. By the time your lightning lure pulls him up in front of you, he's not moving and just sizzling, and he just sort of like drifts into you with a slight bump. Anything else, Ame?
That'll be my turn.
All right. Yeah. Would you like to move at all?
Oh, actually, yes, I would. I'm going to... Can I get to here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, so I'm out of water.
Up on land. So, a lair action. The water throughout the lake begins to bubble and fill the air with noxious aerosolized droplets. I need everyone in the party to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
19.
19.
Yeah.
21.
4.
I think you beat
I
it.
got a 12.
I think a 4 beats it.
Alright.
4's pretty good. I
I
mean,
got a 12.
I guess I can't really breathe in all that much because I'm being constricted by a giant snake, and then the other side is I'm getting chewed on my top.
Ame and Cora, you are poisoned as this aerosolized droplets begin to just penetrate every pore of your skin, and you sort of breathe in as well. It goes into your lungs. All right, one of these constrictor snakes. This is the one constricting Finton. It's just going to continue its constriction.
Does I have to check to see if it gets past me or anything? Or
No, because it's already
does
grappling
it just keep
you.
hugging me?
Yeah, it just
No,
keeps
you bastard.
hugging you tighter. 4 bludgeoning damage, halved to 2.
Oh, God. You've officially taken 10 hit points from me. Now I'm upset.
A broodling surges over Finton and adds its voice to the already cacophony of voices barraging
Well, okay.
your psyche.
I would like to argue that a 2 foot, 8 inch halfling being cuddled and bitten by 2 large snakes would not be able to see the eyes of
You don't
these
have
creatures.
to say it's not vision based. They're just yeah.
Who are they even? In fact, you know what? Oh, no.
It's not actually
Okay.
vision based.
Naturally, okay, I'm gonna throw this out here then as a thing. Naturally stealthy. Hold on, I'm just double checking. It doesn't say it's an action or anything, but you can attempt to hide. So these creatures, these particularly these 3 creatures, can't. I don't think that will work, but I'll try and do that on my turn. All right, go on then. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. It's almost as though these intelligent creatures are seeking out the person in the party with the lowest wisdom save.
Yeah, well, I probably should have put an 8 and an 8 in intelligence and wisdom. All right, I'm using my
DM
inspiration
question.
on this because I really don't want this to be messed up. All right.
yeah,
Don't
DM. Where you
Don't
go?
have things
Oh,
have lucky?
Ooh.
Don't you have lucky?
I do, but
Halflings,
that's but that's only if I roll a 1.
Oh, that's right. Never
Yeah,
mind.
lucky only counts for 1, but it's a 9 to 18.
And 18
So I still can't
is
penetrate this amazing
is-
mind.
is
and
a
Catherine
pass.
would really appreciate another inspiration that I just had to use up. Please.
it is a
Please.
pass.
Woo! You're not getting inside
the-
this mind.
Other constrictor snake swings around
Oh, for God's
to Cora
get out of it.
and makes an attempt to constrict Cora in much the same way that Finton is being constricted.
You get a +1 to your AC.
A natural 2 on the dice for a 6. I'm going to assume that does not hit.
Did that help? Did the +1 help?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Finton, it is finally your turn.
Right. I think, look, the only issue I have at the moment is if I try and break out of this, that's my action. and I break out of it. There's 2 of these guys accosting me. So, can I make an attack?
Yeah, you can
in
make
the
it.
Situation I am.
Yeah, you're just restrained, so it'll be a disadvantage.
I mean, shit, I get 2 attacks. All right, let's go for 1. You know what? I'm going to attack the one that's been biting me. All right. So I pull up my sword and I'm trying to like... And because I'm used to using my momentum to attack with this weapon, it's not as good. Hence why I've got to roll with disadvantage. All right.
Sure, that's why.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
All right, throw my hand axe at... what's her name? At Darbo. No. All right, great axe.
Back off!
How did I roll 3? Oh, 2. A 13 to hit?
A 13 hits.
Ooh, that is 5 damage to the creature.
All right, you stab, you reach out from the constriction and bury your axe into the snake that's biting you, grievously wounding it.
Making a second attack.
Ooh, that one is a miss, unfortunately.
Shite. Oh well, I made an attack. I'm happy. For my bonus action, I will just bloody chill out, I guess.
Alright, round 3. Snake that you just hit attempts to bite you back.
Get out of it.
Did that, have you got your rage switched on Beyond 20? Did that 5 damage incorporate your rage damage?
Oh, no, it wouldn't have, actually. I completely forgot that that's the thing I pressed. See, it's been
Sweet.
a long time since I played a Bubba.
How much additional damage is there?
Normally, it'll be +2, isn't it?
+2.
For rage.
Yeah, +2.
Yeah,
Sweet.
+2. So add 2 on top of that, so it's a 7.
Done.
And please tell me if it dies.
He attempts to bite. It didn't die. He attempts to bite you back and gets an 11
Gets
to
out of
hit
it.
on his first roll,
nah.
but he has advantage. A 14 to hit on his second roll.
I have 15 AC. Because of my
15
plus
AC,
one,
because of your
because of
plus
my
4.
raging.
That is a miss then. What is it? It is his blow is sort of dashed away by your wild magic, an explosion of color in its mouth, like he's just bit like a really good whiz fizz or something. Cora, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
Oh, yourself.
Yeah, it's not doing it all for me.
I don't need it.
What I get? And then I can still use a cantrip, I think. So I'm gonna try to sacred flame the snake that's holding Finton.
Do you have healing word? Because that's the bonus action one. Yeah. Because they're both actions.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. No, I don't have a healing word, so I'm not gonna help Finton at all. I'm just gonna cure myself and.
That's fine. I've got him. I've got him on the ropes.
I don't know. Yeah, and I'm just gonna glower at the snake and. Oh, I do have mass healing word. How you feeling, Finton?
I'm fine. I've never felt better.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Alright. The broodling, one of the broodlings in front of it gets in on just the hit fest on Fenton and makes advantage attacks with his bite. Oh, a 14 to hit is a miss.
Ha-ha!
And even worse on his second one, Finton, just your wild magic just holding you up as you're just getting barraged by snakes and broodlings from all directions, and they're just being ablated by this wild magic, and you're spinning and twirling towards freedom.
Let it rip!
Cora, the constrictor snake, is going to attempt to constrict you again. A 17 to hit, Cora.
Remember the +1 from me?
It's a +1. I think she has 15 AC, if I'm not mistaken.
Cora? What's your AC?
Yep, 15 with the +1.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Aw, I just healed.
And you are also grappled and restrained, just like Finton.
This is karma.
Bran, this broodling is still going toe-to-toe with you with an attempted sting and bite. The sting misses. The bite gets a crit for a whopping 4 damage.
That's lucky.
Finton, it is your turn.
All right, same again. He's going to attack the creature in front of him, the one who keeps biting him, with disadvantage. Because clearly it doesn't matter. Oh, an 8 to hit.
8 is a miss, unfortunately. All things
All right.
fantasy, thank you for the raid. Release the birds.
Sorry. Second attack. Come on, you beastie. 15 to hit.
That is a hit. For
10 damage.
10 damage. Finton, how do you want to dispatch that constrictor?
Well, let me tell you. He's circling this round, this axe, and he probably doesn't even realize that he lobs the head of this creature off. But in doing so, enacts a bonus action, which is to make another attack against the creature that is currently constricting me.
Nice.
Because I am a great weapon master. And in doing so, I'm going to take a -5 penalty to add 10 to the damage roll if I hit. Just for a bit of fun. It was a free attack, why not do this? Alright, for a disadvantage. Come on. Doesn't 10 hit?
10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Well, I'm still
Damn,
raging.
that was big damage.
Yeah.
Alright, that's
All right.
it. Almost as though it's riposting your attempted attack on it. It constricts you back with advantage. Squeezes tighter. A 22 to hit for 6 bludgeoning damage. Halved to 3.
Oh, I am now in my 30s.
Oh, Michael is an Ewok, my boy. Thank you for
That
the
was
raid.
accidental.
Michael is a walk, hello!
Michael is an Ewok here. Thank you for the raid, dude. We're wrist deep into, should I say shoulder deep into swampy combat at the moment.
Honestly, I'm feeling great.
You are. You're looking
I'm
great.
actually, yeah.
Bran, it is your turn.
Right, Bran is going to firstly, as a bonus action, cast Zephyr Strike on himself. So for his movement speed is doubled and does not provoke opportunity attacks at the moment. And once before the spell ends, I can give myself advantage and do an extra d8 damage.
Cool.
So,
Pretty bloody spicy.
with that, he's going to move into that creature there. Well, actually, just back from it. Sorry. Give himself the range, and he's going to fire twice at. Is it that one that's got?
Yeah,
Finton?
that is the one that's
but
grappling.
you should attack
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, the left
Just
one
throw
is
that out there.
grappling Cora, the right one is grappling Finton.
Actually, I can attack them both, so we've got 2 shots. So I'll put one into each one, both with sharpshooter.
Sweet.
Ooh.
So with the sharpshooter, the first one will be at the advantage with the Zephyr Strike.
Add advantage, then roll another one, because that one is a
yeah.
miss.
That one is a miss.
And if you've not used D&D Beyond before, what you do is you can hold down Shift and then left click, and it will roll it twice, and it will take the higher number. Or if you press
Yeah,
Control
no,
and
I
left click.
selected the advantage mode on roll 20, so not sure what happened there. That's bad
Or
too.
even less,
Jeez,
yeah.
2 bad shots.
Both miss.
So the second one will be at sharpshooter as well, but just without the advantage.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh,
is that a?
that's a
That's a
critty boy.
crit minus
That's a
5.
crit.
Nice. You have rolled with critical damage on a sharpshooter shot. It's gonna be big.
So that will be the damage on that will be this plus 10.
18. 18.
So 18 damage. It'll be on that one.
That one. How would you like to dispatch the constrictor holding on to Cora?
The first shot goes slightly wide, plops into the water. The second one He just takes a deep breath, holds his aim steady, and fires directly for its one good eye that he can see. It's through the eyeball, out through the back.
And it happens, and it goes limp and slides off Cora and into the water.
Thank you.
Another broodling launches itself out of the water at Finton. It makes a sting and a bite attack.
I'm also concentrating for the next minute too
Okay, cool.
on that.
You are hit by a sting for 3 damage, half to 1, Finton. And bite for 2 damage, half to 1.
Oh.
You're just taking
I
hits
like
from
being
all directions.
Yeah, dude. I'm only down 15 hit points at this point. This is fantastic.
Darbo, it is your turn.
Dabo! Alright. Dabo is just gonna flame that little creature that's still trying to fight it. Let's see how he does. Ooh.
That is a hit for 12 damage. Was that the one just directly in front of you?
Yep.
Yeah, you just absolutely obliterate it as your fireball strikes it, and it just bursts into flames. Sinks. Alright, Finton, the other broodling in front of you, continues its onslaught.
I've technically absorbed like 30 hit points at this point.
First one's a miss.
You're welcome.
Second one somehow got -1 damage, so you take no damage, I guess?
No, I'll heal. It's fine. I'll heal. There you go. I get myself 1 hit point.
Heal.
It like the cut like stopped the bleeding in one area, so I've given myself 1 hit point.
And there's the fishman across the river from Arme and Dabo fires a blow dart at each of them. A miss against you, Arme, and a miss against Dabo as well. This guy's awful. More darts just go bloop into the water and just drift upstream. Arme, it's your turn to finish the round.
Make him our friend.
Dabo's like taunting him from the other bank.
Yeah.
Take a 5-foot.
You probably got it stuck on measurement at the moment. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, buddy.
Take a
you got
5-foot
it,
step, and we're gonna swing at it
Alright.
because why not?
Currently poisoned, it will be at disadvantage.
Yep.
Wow, there's
Bye.
Damn.
25. Oh, sorry, you got 2 9s. Sorry, 2 9s.
Let go.
Is that? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, he got 2 9s, which
2
added
9s?
together to a 25. How did you roll that?
Oh, that's not taking his bonus into account. So that is a hit, actually. I think it's slightly
Yeah.
higher than 9. It's like 11 or so on each one, or 12 maybe. But that's a hit, regardless. Roll for damage.
8.
8 damage. So you swing your longsword down at it, and there's a splash of yellow blood as you wound the broodling grievously. Round 4. There is a sudden shift in behavior of all of your current enemies. You see the giant pile of animals that were writhing together over on the island not far from you suddenly amalgamate into some strange like pile of translucent goo.
What? Oh,
That's a no from me, dog.
I love that. It's like a bundle of ticks.
The big brain.
Big brain.
You!
Big brain. Big brain
Oh.
moment. Throw me in there.
Darbo's gonna get hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of the broodlings accosting you, Finton, suddenly stops its onslaught and turns around.
Do I
And
get an
just
attack of opportunity?
you do get an attack of opportunity as it whizzes away from you as fast as it can across the surface of the water.
Oh wait, no, that'd be the lower one. not
The
higher
lower,
one,
yeah.
obviously.
So you miss because you're grappled, and it makes its
Ah. Come on.
it moves and then dashes, and then you see it. If anyone is watching it, as it hits this giant pile on the other side, it collides with it and then amalgamates with it and merges into it.
Bruh.
And you see the pile begins to grow and get bigger.
I wasn't
Darbo.
done with you.
Darbo, it is your turn.
Katie.
Sorry. My brain turned off for a moment. Alright, Darbo is going to... so he's, I guess, gonna see... So are all of them starting to move away?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try and... see, can I jump across to here as well, if there's room?
Yes, to that one.
Alright.
Well, aren't I technically on his space because I'm being swallowed?
No, you're still like,
Okay.
you still take up your own space. Yeah.
Alright. And can I try and shoot or fire at one of the two that are left?
You can.
Cool. I'll just do a little fire bolt.
$19 to hit for 8 damage. You singe one of them badly. But it's still alive. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think there's anything else.
Ran, is your turn.
I'm just gonna keep attacking this giant, ugly thing. Sharpshooter as well on both attacks. Do. Oh, I rolled that twice.
Ooh.
I did. I rolled it twice.
That is a
Take
hit.
the first.
Roll for damage.
Yeah,
Damage
Just to get that
on.
first roll.
So it'll be plus 10, so 16
16?
points on the first attack.
How would you like to... Is that on the other Constrictor?
Yes.
Yep. How would you like to dispatch it?
Basically the same. Just lining up the shots, going for headshots. Send a headshot.
Nice.
You're killing all my beasties. I had them.
Strangely, Finton, as this snake already seemed to be like releasing its grip on you to move towards the strange amalgamation of creatures over there, and then Bran just seizing the opportunity headshots it, and it drops dead and slides into the water.
I
You're
had
welcome,
him.
Finton. I'll
No,
be
I
right
had
with
him. You stole my kill.
And
Yes,
with
sorry, go
my
on.
second shot, I will sort of turn. I believe this dude over here is in within range. So I'll take my second shot at him with sharpshooter as well.
All right. That is a hit.
Bonfire. Plus 10.
10.
19.
Another headshot on the fishman. Just flawless execution. He punches his giant center eyes. He falls forwards into the water, having never landed a single dart in the combat.
And with
Bad
that,
for him.
I'm going to move my full movement, which is halved because I'm in water, to the air.
Ooh, you're going for a swim.
Yep.
All right. Darbo, You get an attack of opportunity as one of the broodlings streaks away from you across the water.
Alright, I'm just gonna go at it with the firebolt again.
It has to be a melee attack.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Alright, I'll use my big old bone dagger.
And Zephyr Strike is no longer active.
All right, cool. What was it? Was there some effect when it stopped working?
It just gave me the chance to give an extra D8, which I didn't really need. So.
Okay, cool.
And once I've used it, it's gone.
That is a hit for 7 damage. You stab the broodling with your bone dagger as it streaks away, leaving a trail of blood, but it makes it across the water and joins in with the amalgamation of creatures. Finton, it is your turn.
Alright, Finton being mildly upset that he didn't get to kill the creature that was giving him a big cuddle, he's now going to start, momenting himself up again, so swirling around in a circle like a Beyblade, and then he just launches himself and the axe towards the creature right here. Ooh, for 11 damage.
That's big hits.
Is I presume a 23 hit.
You hit it and cleave it straight in half. An explosion of yellow mucus as the two halves hit the water. Boosh.
Can I got 35. What's half of it? Can I make it on top of this?
Like
I
back.
reckon if I jumped into the water and just swum over there.
I mean, yeah, you can make it over there, yeah.
Alright, yeah, so with the momentum of that, I'll just grab my axe and run, dive into the water, come up above the circus, and get on top of this.
Cool.
And then shout towards the beastie. Hey, come over here, you sack of amalgamated, strange-looking creatures. Bran, have you seen this one before? Is this normal?
No!
Right,
Cora,
come on then,
is your
let's
turn.
go.
What?
Cora T-Song, it's your turn.
Oh! Oh! I didn't know you were talking about me.
that's so good.
I'm gonna go, okay, hold on, wait. And I'm gonna have to follow him because I'm going to touch and give Cure Wounds to Finton. Four.
Ooh, big heals, 12.
I am 2 away from maximum.
And I'm like, pat him. Second win. You got this.
What? Hello?
You got.
He's barely aware of any of his wounds to begin with.
Arme,
That's me.
you get an opportunity to attack Arme as the broodling in front of you. It turns to turn tail at high speed towards the chrysalis.
That's at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
God, poisoning is punishing.
Gonna miss. I have a feeling. 9.
That's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a miss. A miss. It streaks away and heads towards the chrysalis. And then it is your turn, Arme.
Well. Realizing he's not being able to hit, he's gonna expend 10 points of his, or 5 points of lay on hands, touch himself, and cure that poison.
Nice.
Yeah. And can I make it? Can I make it to the island from where I'm at? I don't think.
I'd say yes. Like, you can run and jump your strength score and then swim the rest of the way. That's fine.
Okay. Right there. That's all I can do.
All right. Next round. So, you see a large number of other creatures kind of emerging from the water that have like swum in from the opposite sides of the lake and passed through these brambles, and they're all like coming up into this one mass of biological material. The hard carapace of the chrysalis ruptures open with a damp crack, releasing the tentacled form
Well, that can't be good.
of a rubbery-skinned aboleth. Small yellow sacs on its back already swim with unborn broodlings.
I thought they took care of this.
Well, I think they killed something.
Ugh.
Very bad! Very bad!
Oh, that's not good.
Is this one feeling a bit left out?
Aim for the eyes. I think.
It's all
Which eye?
Which ones? It's the eyes!
over. Everywhere.
Finton, it's your turn.
Finton just looks at this and goes, "Yes! Yes!" And just charges. Just jumps in the water, starts paddling, gets up next to it and goes, "Come for me, beastie!" And starts his rotation.
Oh. Sweet.
Thank you for the heal. I think I needed that. What round are we in, by the way? Sorry, five. Okay.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, Finton, it takes a legendary action.
Oh, Jesus.
Jet. It spurts out a pool of ink,
Birds.
heavily obscuring a 20-foot radius sphere of water around it, and then moves up to its swim speed. I'm going to do this. Flex Foundry's lighting, swirling fog. There we go. There's my swirling fog at. Oh, there's roiling darkness.
Oh. Something flashed. You kind of see it.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can see
There
it.
we go.
Where have I gone?
And then you get an opportunity attack, Finton, as it
Disadvantage, I presume.
from no, you can see. This just the water is black.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, I will make an attack. Take that, beastie. 9 damage if it takes it on a 17.
A 17 is a hit, so it takes 9 damage as it plunges into the water and disappears below the inky surface.
Oh, you bastard. Someone's gonna have to shoot an arrow at me to continue my rage after the next round.
Bran, it's your turn.
I can do that.
Thank you.
So I can no longer see it.
You cannot see it. It's currently obscured below the water.
Right. Since I have nothing to shoot at, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on myself because I'm not feeling too good.
Big heal for 13.
I'm feeling much better.
Anything else?
1 second. Oh, I don't think I can do anything else. That was action. Nope. I'm going to move, however, out of the water because I don't feel safe now that thing's in the water. Up on the little mound, and that's me.
All right. Cora, it is your turn.
Oh, wow. So I don't see it at all. Not even the cloud. Like,
No,
'cause
there's
it's
like
underwater.
there's like a covering of ink on the surface of the water, and it is somewhere below it.
Oh, no. Let's see. Kind of change of plans. So.
Oh, and sorry, one more thing, Finton. Can I get you to roll a Constitution saving throw after you hit it?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Hey, chat, where was that inspiration that you promised me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. No, I'm gonna stay, but I'm gonna cast Bless again on the 3 on the island, just because I don't know what to hit. So they will get Bless again,
Cool.
D4 for them, and I'm gonna stay put for now. And that's me.
All right. Finton, you watch in either horror or fascination as one of the yellow egg sacs floats to the surface of the water and penetrates the ink and then hatches into a fresh broodling.
Yes! Oh, it's so tiny. It's so cute!
It is tiny.
Come here, little beastie. I
Try
want
and
her
penetrate
touch.
you. Don't let it touch you.
As you're talking to it, Finton, it talks back in your
yeah.
head. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
That's fine. See, it doesn't matter. There's nothing going on inside in here. It's literally bouncing around.
That is a pass.
What does it say to me?
Help me. Help us help Mother.
Let's come close. Tell me where your mother is. I don't know why I'm suddenly Swedish.
I think
This accent's hard to
went
control
From Irish to South African to Swedish.
Whenever a southern accent comes across, it's really hard not to sink yourself into that southern drawl. It is very hard to play with you, Evil, because it's so wonderful.
I know.
Darbo, it's your turn.
Darbo is going, I guess, to aim for that little new one. And he is gonna use the fireball again, just straight at the brand new baby thing.
That is a hit for 5 damage. Your
Awesome.
firebolt streaks across the surface of the water and strikes it as it's trying to charm Finton. Anything else, Darbo?
Still can't see anything in the water, can we not?
You cannot, no.
No. Alright, no. I'll leave it for now.
Alright. Arme, it's your turn.
Can only see the one, so. We're all going to cast Eldritch Blast
Yeah, baby.
on the little broodling.
Yeah,
Alright.
baby.
Eldritch Blast.
I love it.
Oh, that's not good.
Natural
Oh
one.
no!
I don't think Bless will help with
What
that.
is-
No.
You
no,
arc
no,
it
no. Oh, no,
a little
no,
too
no.
high and it whizzes past, just past Finton. It's like, woof.
We've got more of them. Cast us now.
Roll your second blast.
Second one.
Oh, you
Ah! Dice hate me today.
Oh.
The dice hate
No,
me today.
you have bless. You have bless.
You have Bless.
Oh, I bless.
Yeah, baby.
Bless.
Yeah, baby.
Bless. Bless. Bless.
You
You
just
are
need to
blessed,
roll
my
at
son.
least a 1 on that d4.
Wait.
There we go.
There you
That
go.
is- that is a
Yay.
hit. That is a hit.
Hey, 7 points of force.
7 force. It strikes the broodling. The force damage rupturing it. There's a spurt of yellow goo, but it's still alive and clinging to life. Anything else, Arme?
That is it. I'm gonna make a run, jump, swim to try and
ladder.
get to onto this platform. That's
Yep, that's fine.
yep. And then that's it. Oh.
Alright, there is a sudden, this is a lair action, there is a sudden tempestuous turbulence. The water within the lair writhes and swirls, causing 6-foot tall waves to crash over all the lie-lowing islands I need everyone to make a strength saving throw.
Don't forget your blessing.
Don't forget you are blessed. Don't forget you are blessed.
So what saving throw? Sorry. Strength.
Strength. Yeah.
Did it work?
Good thing I'm very, very hearty.
Are we
Wait,
all
why do I have
blessed?
advantage?
Ooh,
I do have
26.
advantage.
Got an 18.
Oh, because I'm raging. Rah! I
Are
get
we
a
all
+1 for
blessed?
my strength. Oh yeah, I forgot to say.
You're blessed.
You're blessed, but your
Yes.
blessing's not going to help your one there, unfortunately.
I'm gonna roll it anyway.
I think, yes, Darbo is the only one who has failed. A wave collects you. And you are knocked 20 feet
Whoa!
and
Oh.
over
Wow.
into the water, and you're sort of just rolled around by the turbulence.
That's it, Darbo. Get in it. Find the creature.
And Ame, you have rolled highest initiative this round.
Huh. Oh, I have... Yeah, not gonna be able to make that. Oh! I'll just blast the little one.
All
Again.
right, roll a hit.
8.
That is a hit. Roll the damage. Actually, you know, it has 1 HP, so it doesn't matter what you roll. It explodes
It's obliterated.
Disintegrated.
into little gibs. Roll your second Eldritch Blast.
What do we get? What do we get? Hey!
That is a hit. Roll
Like-
damage.
Nice.
What do we got?
10 damage. With 2 precision Eldritch Blast, Ame dispatches both broodlings in just like shows of magical force, rupturing them both, and they just sort of, whatever's left of them just scatters over the surface of the water.
And that is the end of the turn for me.
Alright, Cora.
I don't see anything else, so I'm gonna try and put a spiritual weapon out. Let's see what happens. And I don't think that's gonna happen. With a 10?
What were you,
I don't.
Were you
I
trying to
would
hit
say
anything, or you just wanted to
no,
summon it?
I'm kind of just. I don't want to metagame, so if you could just put my spiritual weapon like out in front of me a couple.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
a 60-foot range, so randomly it's somewhere 60 feet ahead of me, just for protection for myself.
Well, you would have seen the creature disappear into
Like-
the water, right? Because
Yeah.
that ink is in the water,
Yeah,
right?
would get an idea of where it
So you know
Yeah.
it's somewhere.
Submerged.
If I see ink, I'm gonna put it in the ink, kind
Alright.
of.
Cool. I will pick. I'm just picking a token to use.
And if it hits something, although I don't think a 10's gonna hit.
Alright, your spiritual weapon is a man with a goat, apparently.
Nice,
awesome.
like-
So he's a weapon.
That's what you
Yeah,
wanted.
look at him.
just like Uncle
He's the
Fergus.
goat.
Ah,
I like it.
it's your god. It's your god has come
Spitting.
down and blessed us.
Spitting.
I like that. That was pulling a random token out too, and that's what it chose. So,
I love it.
Alright, Bran, it is your turn.
Well, since Bran can't see this creature, as a free action, he's just going to call it. Can anyone see it? It appears to have disappeared.
It went below the surface.
Darbo cannot see it!
Darbo, dive deeper.
And Bran will knock and hold his action for when it surfaces.
Okay. Finton, it is your turn.
Finton is keeping his eyes on the water. When that creature appears, he's going to dive in for it, like just straight at it. He's just holding I guess you could say a move action. If you allow me to do a double move action, I would love you greatly, but I understand that as a DM, you are limited in your kindness.
Yeah, you hold your dash action.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Alright, there is a streak of like movement on the top of the water as though some large object moving underneath it. at the end of your turn, Finton. If you, Bran,
Can I intercept?
In what way?
Well, is it heading towards someone? Like, can I see it and see it's heading towards someone? Maybe someone who is hanging out in the water currently.
It's heading. Yeah, it is actually beelining straight for that way.
Then if it see it coming up from the surface, am I able to beeline it to there?
It doesn't come to the surface, but it's just moving under the water.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if I can see where it's heading and it looks like it's going to head for Darpo in the water, can I swim to be in between it and Darpo, or will I have to wait until it actually comes out of the surface, do you think?
Well, you can try and put yourself in the way if you want. But...
Okay. Pop.
Alright, cool. While it's you can choose to fire at it with disadvantage right now if you want, Bran, to try and hit it through the water.
Bran would wait until you get a clear
until
shot.
it surfaces? Yeah, cool.
Until it surfaces, yeah. I'll be tracking it, though. As it's moving, he'd be tracking it with the arrow.
Alright, so at the start of its turn, it surfaces. Bran, you can take your shot.
Do I get both my shots in the action?
Yep. The full action. Yep.
Which he will do with Sharpshooter.
Ooh.
1.
9 to hit is
that
a
will
miss.
I do have Bless. I'm pretty sure it's not going to help, but we'll roll it anyway.
So
13.
13, still a miss, unfortunately.
Still a miss. Right, so second shot.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Hey!
Roll.
Natural 20.
Crit
That's what we want.
damage.
And so with the damage, plus 10. So what's how are you doing your crit damage?
Just double it. Yeah,
double the dice?
Double it, yep.
In that case then, it'll be 18. 8 plus 7, 8 plus whatever that is.
8 plus 3, so 11.
So 11 plus 10 to 21.
Woo. It's a big hit.
Boy.
You unleash a precision shot, Bran, that hits a weak point on the aboleth. It lets out a low groan.
Well, I think that hurt it. Aim for that spot.
Extends a psychic tendril towards Finton. Finton, wisdom saving throw.
You know I'm great at them. A 5 this time.
Wow.
I want to remind chat that I'm still after an inspiration. If
That
you've
is
got the
a
point.
that is a fail. You are charmed by the creature.
This beastie's actually... I mean, he's kind of a cool guy. Everyone, put down your arms.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Stop shooting it! No! Look at this. It's so beautiful. He's just treading water. Looking at this creature. That would actually... He's no longer raged now. I think. If,
I believe you're correct.
You are whilst under this effect, you are under the aboleth's control and you can't take reactions either.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And then
Ship content for me.
the aboleth dives underneath the water once again.
Oh no! Oh no!
Dabo.
Darbo is beelining it straight back to that island. Straight back. See ya, fam.
Alright. Next round. Oh, the aboleth has rolled highest initiative.
Where have you gone? We've only just met.
Oh, we got an inspo dice.
Oh, someone's swing. Finton,
Thank
you've been
you.
giving an inspiration dice.
Thank you.
Courtesy
I want a second
of
one lined up. Ladies and
Mercy.
gentlemen, I want a second one lined up. Right? Next, as soon as I use it, it has to instantly be given back to me, please. But I also expect it, so...
Well, if we're just asking, then yeah, Darbo will have one, please.
Darpo doesn't get one. You have to give me my new one before you give Darpo one. Alright, chap. Also, if you haven't put 2,000 points towards us being in a hot tub playing D&D, you better put 2,000 points into that hot tub D&D thing. Please.
Do it. Please. We're
Do
keen.
it.
We're so keen. We'll get nearly naked on stream for you.
Don't listen to her Twitch, please don't ban me.
She's an Adelaide.
I'm kidding.
I will put as much clothing on as possible and sit in a hot tub.
The aboleth surfaces from the water and lashes out with 2 tentacles, one at Arme and one at Cora.
Oh.
He's back.
A 12 to hit against Arme, which is a miss. And a 13 to hit against Cora, which also misses. Darbo, is your turn. Darbo?
Eddie.
Oh, sorry, Darbo. Darbo was too busy reading the character sheet.
We keep doing that.
What should I do?
Pretty much. So Darbo is going to take a shot at the Aboleth, and I'm going to use my Chaos Bolt. Ready?
You bastard!
Ba-ding.
Leave it well alone.
How'd we do?
He's just trying to make friends. It's not his fault that all his friends has to be his babies.
Your friends are your children, you don't have any friends.
Oh, there's 23 is most definitely a hit for, and it looks like you have chosen fire in the chaos. So you unleash a chaos bolt of fire that streaks across the water and strikes the aboleth for 7 damage, causing it to shriek in pain. Bran, it is your turn.
Ooh. Bran's heart is beating in his throat. He's not sure what the hell this thing is. It doesn't look like any aboleth he's seen in pictures, but he's heard it. He's going to go again with just a regular longbow shot this time.
10 is a miss.
Still got blessed, so we roll d4 on top of that.
A 14 still a miss, unfortunately.
Still miss. And again with
that one is a hit.
21.
Roll damage.
7 points of piercing
damage. Your first arrow bouncing off thick aboleth hide. The second one penetrates, causing it to shriek in pain.
And as a bonus action, he is going to cast Zephyr Strike on himself once again.
Cool.
So any movement doesn't promote opportunity attacks, and I've got an extra 30 feet of movement until the end of my next turn.
Cool. Cora, is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna say some words and say behave, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Ooh. So it rolled a 7, but it is going to use its legendary resistances and choose to succeed instead.
I want that ability.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I can move my Uncle Fergus, my spiritual weapon. I'm going to move Uncle Fergus up and
I love it.
try and hit him with that.
13. Did you bless yourself?
No, I did not bless myself.
13 is a miss.
Bless is over because I've lost concentration. So.
Yeah.
All right. Shoot. That's it. That's it for me.
Finton, the aboleth commands you to attack nearest. I'm gonna roll a.
Is there a wisdom saving throw I can do for this, or do I have to do it
No.
afterwards?
Roll.
Damn it.
It commands you to attack Darbo.
You've been attacking my friend. All right, that's it. So he swims.
What are you doing, Finton?
You stay out of this, you. I'll have a word with you afterwards. And I will make an attack against.
Stay back!
He's going to use his inspiration dice to get advantage. I'm kidding.
Can I try and dodge it?
That's
21 to hit.
no, the attack roll is the attempt to dodge. You take 3 damage, Darpo.
Lay off him!
Make your
He's just
second.
a hub.
Make your second attack.
Oh yeah.
It's a good thing it doesn't hit hard.
That's a 12 go.
12 does not hit Darbo.
Hmm.
He
I'm not
dodges it.
raging, am I? No.
The Aboleth dives underwater again.
Leave him well alone.
Arme, it's your turn.
Something's wrong with Finton.
There's nothing wrong. You guys are just fighting the beast.
Oh,
He's
you
just
shut
supposed to
up,
be left here
little
by
man.
himself.
Someone slap him.
Hearing Brad say there's something wrong with Finton, he's gonna basically whirl up his sword again and cast lightning lure on Finton.
Ooh,
That's a strength save.
roll it.
Oh.
Strength saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh,
9.
failed.
And you pull me back,
That-
don't you?
You are pulled 10 feet towards me.
All right, here I come, buddy.
And if you're within 5 feet, which you are, you're going to take 2d8 lightning damage.
Oh no, I
No.
don't get resistance against that.
Nope.
God, you guys are just bullies.
But does that
Oh,
trigger a wisdom save or no?
14 lightning damage, and
Heal and friendly fire.
you can repeat the saving throw. So make a wisdom save, Finton.
At advantage because of that inspiration, which, chat, you know what to do. Send it 13 my
Oh,
way, please. Chat.
That is a pass. You are no longer charmed by the Aboleth.
Oh. I'll just go ahead and automatically click the inspiration, so...
Darbo, it is your turn.
Darbo! Alright. So, the thing's still diving, isn't it?
Yes.
It disappeared.
Alright, I'm gonna ready one of my spells, and can I hold my action until it surfaces?
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
What spell are you readying?
I'm gonna do another chaos spell, because why not?
Alright, cool. So, Aboleth's turn. It surfaces. You can make your Chaos Bolt attack.
So it didn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Hasn't come through yet.
No, it's been taking a while to come through. Bit bizarre.
Okay, it's the D20. Use the D20.
Did it not come through?
No.
It came
It
through
came through on
my...
thingy, yeah.
Oh,
So you're-
hang on. Sorry, my apologies. Hang on, because it wanted me to choose something on the...
Ah, okay, there you go.
Sorry.
A 6 is a miss, unfortunately. The crackling lightning from your Chaos Bolt arcs overhead but misses the Aboleth. It makes 2 attacks. One against Finton, one against
his
Arme.
friend.
Lashing out with its long tentacles. A 10 to hit Finton, which is a miss.
Nope. Yep.
And 13 to hit Arme, which is also a miss.
Aboleth, more like always misses.
Yes.
Sorry, I've always wanted to fight one of these things. I'm very excited. Sorry, guys. Bless you.
And it streaks away through the water as fast as it can. Cora, it is your turn.
Aww.
Look, we've got it running scared.
Shoot, it was so close. Ah, shoot. I'm gonna. Uh-oh. Where can I go? Alright, I'm just gonna try and. I had a plan! I'm gonna. use a guiding bolt at it.
Oh yeah, baby. Yes, guiding bolt.
Let's see if this works.
Ooh,
Yes.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
All right.
let's go, let's go. Woo!
Nice.
That's not bad.
12 damage, and the next attack against it has advantage.
Sorry, guys.
There you go. Oh, and I'm gonna move Uncle Fergus as my bonus action. So he's gonna go 20 feet as far as he can get to there. So
Uncle Fergus.
yeah, you got it.
It's just a
Come on, Fergus.
spectral man and his goat running on top of the water after it.
Get it, buddy. That's me.
baby.
Bran,
I
it's your turn.
believe.
So you say that this next attack's with advantage?
It is.
Sharpshooter.
Bruh.
4 is a miss. Oh, you get
Good
sorry,
advantage,
another roll.
so
Yep.
Rolling
Oh,
it again.
Oof.
A 12 is a miss.
Oh.
Damn, and no bless either. So his next shot, we'll try it with sharpshooter as well.
Oh,
Oh, damn. Misses with both shots. But, nope, he'll stay where he is. Curses!
Alright, at the end of your turn, Bran, it dives below the surface, leaving another explosion of ink. But then you see it moving underneath the water, this surge of water coming towards you as it sort of makes one last reckless charge towards you. Arme, it's your turn.
I am going to tap Finton on the shoulder, casting protection from good and evil on him.
thank you. I get all those good people out of the way. Let's do this. What's that give me? I always forget.
Protection from good and
Thank
evil.
you.
Yeah.
Until the
nice.
spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain creatures' aberrations, celestials, elements, fays, fiends, and undead.
Wait. So it has disadvantage against Finton, and he can't be charmed by it anymore.
Yes!
Useful.
I mean, it was such a nice guy.
I would... Oh, anything else, Arme?
That's everything. I just tell Finton, go get him.
Finton, it's your turn.
I am going to rage. Because I got pushed out of it as my first bonus action. I'm going to roll a d8. Please, please. A 7. Flowers and vines temporarily grow around me until my rage ends. The area around me for 15 feet is difficult terrain. So that creature is suffering from vines, and like out of the surface of the water you see flowers popping out with, I don't know, Finton's face in the middle.
Oh,
Smiling.
Well, that isn't creepy at all.
that looks
No,
nice.
they're my friends. And
Everything's your friend at this point.
he will. And you said the creature was heading towards these guys, like through the water.
It's
You
just
kind of
surging towards you in general.
Okay. I'm currently treading water. Okay, I'll move there and I'll end my turn. I'm standing on like planks there. Is that fine or?
They're just like debris floating on top of the water, so you're in the water.
Would I be?
Yeah.
Would I be light enough to stand on?
No.
Okay. Well then, I'll move over here.
Alright,
At the end,
cool.
last part of my turn.
All right. There is a strange suction around the water of your feet, Darbo.
Almost like a Dyson.
The biggest Dyson you've ever seen.
Roll
That's
a
all an ableth is.
strength saving throw, Darbo.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no no no!
Oh, -1. Oof.
Oh, no,
Whoa,
no, no.
-1. Darbo, there's like this suction of water below you. You are sucked into it.
Yeet.
You suffer 6 damage.
Okay.
in a pool below the waterline. Bran, it is your turn.
I can't see this thing, can I? Beneath the murky surface.
It's currently beneath the surface, yes.
Has Darbo disappeared below the surface as well?
Yes, they have.
Shit. Yeah, there's not much I can do. Bran's going to hold his action for the aboleth to surface once again.
Alright, Finton, it's your turn.
And just call out, there somewhere! I can't see it!
Can Finton dive below the surface and swim towards where our friend Darbo is?
Yes,
He's going to do a move action, and then... Alright, so he'll jump and dive in. He'll swim down 15 feet, I think. Or technically 17.5 but... what does he see at that point? Can he see the creature?
You can't see anything. It's muddy and murky and dark. You're swimming by touch.
He's going to make an attack in front of him.
Alright, roll with disadvantage.
Can do. $13. I'm raging. Shit. So that's +2. 15.
15 is a miss, unfortunately. You swing through the water, but find no purchase. You want to make a second one?
Yes, please. Might as well. Oh, a 20.
That is a hit, actually. That is
On
a cheeky
what?
hit. On the aboleth, it is quite big and hard to miss. It takes 8 damage. You hear like a gurgled, sort of muffled wheeze underneath the water emitted from it.
Do my flowers do anything to it?
No, they did not.
Oh, God.
Do I get released?
You're not being grappled or anything. Yes.
Oh.
I like swam below you, I presume.
Yeah, what do we see on the surface? Do we see any kind of blood or...
You see like thrashing around, maybe a tentacle like flicks out of the water and there's like yellow aboleth blood sort of churning amongst the water.
Would that be enough of a target for Bran to...
You can have a shot at
Strike it?
disadvantage. Yeah.
So, holding it. I'll take 2. I'll take both shots at disadvantage.
Go for it. Oh. First one is a hit.
It's not bad.
5
Hit.
points of piercing damage.
Alright, your arrow whizzes below the surface of the water. There's a few more seconds of thrashing. And then stillness. For a brief second or two before Finton and Darbo burst above the surface.
Finton's going to stay down there and just keep swiping until he can't breathe anymore. And then he's going to keep going.
And a few moments later, the corpse of the aboleth drifts to the surface.
Oh my! Well,
How big is this creature's maw?
Why?
I want
probably big enough.
cross-dimensional,
Probably big enough
like
for Finton to
cross-aerial
crawl into.
dimension, like how many square foot? Basically, can Finton fit inside with a knife and grab a tooth?
We can just drag it.
Well,
That's fine.
yeah, you're going to have to drag it
fine.
onto land. And then
Fine.
what we're doing, if you guys are harvesting parts from it, is we're going to use the new mechanics from Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting to extract them.
Ooh.
Cool.
All right, I'm trying to grab a tooth.
All right. So what
Eight.
you're gonna do is you need an assessor and a carver. So the assessor makes an Arcana check because it's an aboleth, and the carver makes a dexterity-based Arcana check. But first you have to choose what parts you want to remove, and that will determine the DC. The DC, whether you meet the DC, is determined by the total of those two checks put together. So the more things you want to
Bran
harvest,
has advantage on dex checks.
I've got advantage on dex checks and arcana. So can I technically do both?
no, you cannot. And you can't do both, and the more things you want to extract, the harder it will be as well, and the greater the chance of failure.
I have woodcarver's tools.
So, you are able to extract up to 4 eyes. Each one you take will increase the DC. There is 5 tentacles. There is basically, like all the teeth just count as one, so it'd be a pouch of teeth. There is a broodling sac, a file of mucus, and the hide. I will say that in going
Darbo
from
wants everything.
going from
Yeah, can you go for everything?
it will be extremely difficult. You will very likely
Chat,
fail.
inspiration.
So, chat, listen.
Hey, look,
Look, Justin, I know you're behind me. I know you're
those points are
listening.
just gathering dust, ladies and gentlemen.
I still have one, I think.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
Mm.
well, we need 2. So if you can make first, so if anyone, if there's chat, please give them to me so that
I
I
gotta
may.
tell you, if you try to take everything, it will be basically impossible.
Okay.
But the
Alright,
word
let's-
basically there makes me feel like we have a chance.
No, I'd say the total of the 2 rolls could never meet the DC,
Yeah.
even if you rolled natural 20s on both of them.
Come now, Finton. We cannot be greedy. We must just take what we can and get out of this place before something
wait.
else.
Right, well, at least want the
emerges.
teeth. Can we at least get the
Eyes,
teeth? Is that fine?
Think,
Teeth, maybe a couple of eyes.
what did that guy want? What did the raccoon man want?
Any of
Like
it,
just
basically.
anything.
Any of it.
Okay.
He was happy for anything. To be
Look,
fair, to be fair.
honestly, if I can get an eye and turn it into a mace, that'll be fine.
So the hide is the biggest and most difficult thing to extract.
Hmm.
Well, I reckon if we are to try and get as much as possible, let's leave that hide alone.
Yeah, let's leave the hide. Let's maybe get like the teeth and like some eyes or something.
And a tentacle. Should we get 1 or 2
Eight
tentacles?
say
Depending
a
on how much-
tentacle.
yeah,
a
depending
couple
on
of
how hard it
tentacles.
gets.
Tentacles. All right, 8 tentacles.
No,
Mag
a
teeth.
tentacle.
Oh, sorry, a tentacle.
Singular.
Oh, actually, let's do 2. Let's go 2 tentacles. How many eyes does it have? It has like 7.
4.
4 eyes. All right, let's grab 3
Mhm.
and a bag of teeth.
Yep, and then if we can get the mucus, then we can get the mucus. If we can't,
I
then...
feel like we're at a drive-through.
Wait, how
Brand,
far away
Brand's
is
gonna
the
see if he can
eyes?
let them do it and start sketching the
Level
aboleth
number
and start
3.
making some notes
Bag
on
of
this
teeth.
battle.
Can I get the tentacles large?
You want a tentacle? Okay, 2 tentacles.
2 tentacles, 2 tentacles. Anyone for
please
eyes?
have-
Eyes,
Well,
hold the eyes.
So
That
I'll
was
tell
the
you.
key to drag it back.
You want some
If you-
friends with that?
So if you try to get 3 eyes, 2 tentacles, and a pouch of teeth, the DC will be 45.
Holy crap!
Well.
All right, okay.
Let's read
Scratch
the
that.
teeth.
How big is this thing? Does it fit in our boat? Can we take it back to the village?
No,
Dang it.
Why not?
it's starting to
pretty big.
decompose. You have to do it now.
Oh
Teeth.
gosh.
Teeth, teeth,
the most
teeth,
amount,
teeth. I
right?
came here for
Teeth.
teeth.
And if we can get an eye or 2,
I reckon
just
a
teeth and
tentacle.
an eye.
The most amount.
Let's grab a couple of teeth.
So teeth,
That's proof. That's all we need. That's all the proof we
A
need.
bag of teeth, right?
bag of
And then-
teeth.
I want an eye.
Teeth.
All right, done.
Teeth and eye. Yeah.
All right. So someone has to be the assessor and make an Arcana check.
I can do that.
Brand's gonna sit down and start drawing and taking notes based on the battle.
I'm gonna say, Uncle Fergus, you're as useful as you were in life. You didn't hit anything, and dismiss him.
And
That
then,
wasn't good. That wasn't
Oh
a good one.
no! Oh
Plus,
no!
so it's 8.
all right. So Darbo has done an awful job of pointing out what things to extract
makes sense.
and how to do it. So someone's gonna have to make a really good carving check, and it's a dexterity based Arcana check. So it's an Arcana check, but you add Dex bonus instead, Dex modifier instead of intelligence. Sorry,
Yes. Finton's out.
That.
So you do a dex. So if you're skilled in Arcana, it's the +2, and then you add your dex bonus.
so it's
on top.
basically basically added to Dex bonus as long as
Yeah.
you're
You're trained in Arcana.
Arcana. Yeah.
Ugh.
Who's trained in Arcana? Put your hands up.
Me.
Not
and
me.
Right. Okay. Good start. Who has a high dex?
Me.
I got a +3,
Plus
I got a
3.
plus
All
3
right.
as well.
Oh, for God.
Minus
but I
one.
can add a
Minus
D4.
1. Yeah, I'm at -1 too. I mean, no, our dex I'm actually at +2. Yanti, how are you looking?
I am only a +1 in Arcana and a +1 in Dex, I think.
I'm a +4 in Arcana and a +3 in Dex.
You're the best at this and the worst at
Rolling.
All right.
How could
I think
this happen
honestly
to
we shouldn't
me?
let. I don't think Darbo actually knows what he's talking about. perhaps, Bran, you should,
I
try
can
and
give it a
carve
go,
out
but-
things.
I
mean-
would someone like to hand me a knife or something?
I hand you my
carry a knife.
wood carver's tools. So it's like a chisel.
I have
I'd be pretty good at
I
taking
have,
teeth out.
I have cook's tools. I mean,
I got
if you wanna,
leatherworking
like,
tools.
Yeah, I've got
There'd be a
leatherworking.
knife in there.
I also hand you my 6-foot axe.
I've got my
Yeah, I think the axe
my
might be a little
bone
bit
dagger.
over the top for removing teeth, but we'll give this a go.
Oh. Okay, did you two take it? Did you take
So
my
we're
axe?
rolling an Arcana but adding Dex modifier, yeah?
Oh,
Yes.
we have an advantage on next player's skill check thanks to Shidok. Oh, bless you.
Bran?
Thank
So do
you.
So
21.
21.
He said
21.
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
that's without the advantage roll, so...
Yeah, roll another. See if you get slightly better.
I have a feeling we may have missed the mark.
So, all right. So 21 plus 8
21.
is 29, and you were going after a pouch of teeth and an eye.
One eye, yeah.
yeah.
You have successfully extracted both.
Yay, teeth.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, I
His-
thought you did rather well.
That was-
It was rather gross, but I mean, I haven't dealt with beasts quite like this before. I mean,
You
but
actually,
Jeez.
it'll be a good addition to my book.
your total check actually ended up being high enough to extract an extra 2 eyes, so you got all 3.
Woo! Nice.
I think
Yes.
There you
you
go.
pop those other ones out
Nice.
while you're getting the last one out there.
I think I slipped and it just happened.
Hey, look, maybe
Super
it's
convenient.
just like beginner's luck.
Possibly.
Either way, oh god, I'm
Should we
tired.
try for more? Or
What was
no?
wrong with you? I mean, you went a bit wonky there for a moment.
Look, honestly, I'm not sure about.
Jumbo!
Yes, well, look. In that position, he convinced me that he wasn't so much of an enemy, but then afterwards,
you
he
did
was.
see the teeth and the tentacles, right? I mean,
Would-
Darbo's just like
You heard
gesturing
the voices, right?
wildly to this thing.
voices. No, I
You
didn't
heard
hear
the
any
voices in your head, right? When they looked.
No.
Okay.
No.
Hmm.
No, not usually.
I didn't hear
no.
no voices.
Maybe I need
No.
faith. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No one's hurt. I wasn't hurt. In fact,
I was hurt!
well,
I was hurt a little bit, but I'm fine now.
alright, everyone's hurt on an emotional level. That's
Mine
fine.
was
I mean, we-
physical.
we have 1,500 gold, and we're going to get another 1,500 when we get back.
And I have a bag of teeth.
And we're
You
going to get some,
were-
possibly
yeah.
some rather interesting artifacts from these items from the little raccoony dude fellow. His name escapes me, but you know the little furry fellow that came into the bar. I mean,
The
he did
furry,
offer
yeah.
Oh,
The furry.
The raccoon.
the big squirrel.
that thing, yeah,
Yeah.
That's fine.
whatever it was. Yes.
Right. Yes. Well, I guess. Yeah, we could.
Should we
see what
head?
we can do.
Should we get the flock out of here then?
Yes,
Yes.
let us go.
Yes.
Don't touch the ferns.
Yes. Avoid the ferns.
So you head back to the cave, the bramble cave mouth, back into your boat, and make the hour or two journey back to Millicule.
Finton sleeps the whole way.
So when you arrive, Dr. Dulot greets you outside of the tavern. He sees you guys. He's waiting outside already and sees you rocking up in the boat and comes over.
How did it go? How did you fare?
What?
Honestly, I
Finton,
think
wake
we
up.
need
We're,
more
we're,
money.
we're back.
Yeah.
We're home. I have
Yeah.
teeth.
Proof.
We have eyes and teeth of an aboleth, I believe
Ah.
it was.
Larcene will be most pleased with that. But as for me,
And
here is the rest of your payment. Another 1,500 gold pieces.
Thank you.
Right.
Do you think that this creature was the cause of the anomalies in of the swamp or something else? Because there was a lot of weird things going on out there.
Yes. We
I
saw
have-
a berry bush eat a
Yes,
creature.
that
I
was
have
rather
been-
Hoofling or
disconcerting.
monkey.
I have been doing some research today after you speculated last night that this may be an aboleth, and there are old stories in old scientific journals that say that some aboleths like to experiment with creatures of the local population, combining certain genes and picking them apart and changing the natural order of things.
Are they that intelligent?
They are quite intelligent, yes. Or so.
Oh.
So it is said.
It is possible there's more than one. I mean, we did see a corpse of something. I mean, it was rather decomposed. You probably couldn't tell what it was, but...
They maybe have breeding partners. There's a lot of spawn of it.
Yes, there was, indeed.
Did you look into the characteristics of the breeding program of aboleths?
Just, John, of the quick study I could do from the small one that you recovered from the halfling's arm last night, I believe perhaps they can amalgamate biomass in order to preserve their hive mind and reproduce, creating a new body, but essentially the same life form, sharing the same memories, and on, repeating for thousands of years.
I guess that
So it is
explains
possible
why
that we did not solve the problem then.
we may have
that's
just
merely-
killed one of them.
Perhaps
Yes,
it's
it's
best
really-
you stick around then for a bit longer.
Do you guys fancy fighting another of these things?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I
same
know
price?
you do.
Huh?
I mean,
Same,
if you're willing to pay, I mean,
maybe
yes, of
500
course.
more.
Dama wants more eyes.
I mean,
Well, perhaps
gold
you should
speaks-
go talk to
gold speaks
Larsin
volumes.
Oh, yeah.
at
that-
his
I
workshop.
the Squirrel Man.
Oh yes, the furry gentleman.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Right.
He
Well-
may- if you're planning on heading out and possibly finding and fighting more, he can possibly create some handy items for you to bring to bear against them.
I mean, as long as the gold is worth it, I'm sure I'm more than happy to fight more of these things.
Excellent then.
My
Well,
services do not come cheaply.
Right.
I will be in my room at the tavern, should you wish to discuss anything.
Yes, certainly, Mr.
Yeah.
Duntlittle.
He turns around and returns to the tavern. You spot Larsin's workshop at the end of the boardwalk. As you approach, you see there's multicolored smoke emerging from the chimney and a strange smell emitting from inside. As you enter, it's like
Ugh.
part workshop, part apothecary, all these certain parts of what must have been creatures hanging around, and part butchery even, and this very, very obscure workshop of his. He sort of comes, a little bell rings as you enter the door. He comes walking out from behind the counter in like an apron, a leather apron with his goggles over his eyes, stained with what must surely be multicolored blood of different creatures. Well, adventurers, I see you have returned unscathed.
Finton just
well,
walks.
Well,
I wouldn't say
somewhat
unscathed, but
Scathed-ish,
a
yeah.
little bit scathed.
Well,
Finton,
Just a touch.
it's good to see you alive nonetheless.
Finton will walk up and just place his massive axe and a bag of teeth. How much to try and organize all this into a better weapon?
Don't know about reshaping your weapon, but
We'll even add in them on so they do extra stuff.
did you bring me anything else?
Oh, yes.
Show them the
Who has the eyes?
Double
Typically-
eyes.
Interesting. I think I can make you something out of this. Of course, a fee for the Eberron essence I'm going to have to use in my time. I'll be looking for 800 gold pieces, and I can provide you with quite a nice magical item. Something that
That's
could
all right.
help out a spellcaster.
Can someone spot me 200 gold pieces?
Well, we do have 3,000 to split between us.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Is the weapon just for one person though?
Yes.
Can
Okay.
anyone spot
Well-
me 200 gold pieces?
you know.
Sure, I'll spot you.
Thank you. And I give him 800 gold pieces, my axe, the teeth, and the eyes.
He kind of like grabs the eyes and teeth and just like leaves your axe on the bench. And he's like, come back in about 4 to 5 minutes or so. Ritual shouldn't take long.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And he just walks out with leaving his axe behind.
All right. So you guys just go out to the bayou and perhaps visit the local cafe or grocer, grab something to eat, rest up. You see Larcene emerge from his workshop around 45 minutes, an hour later, holding something. You move around the boardwalk to greet him. Well,
And Bran will divvy up 600 gold to everyone in that time.
Well, here it is. It's what I could come up with. I call it the Tome of Living Memories. He hands you a thick, fleshy book. What appears to be the cover made out of some sort of skin and with a giant aboleth eye embedded in the cover that is darting around frantically looking at each of you as
Oh
you
my god, that's cool.
as you look at the book. I'm trying to find a way to ping this into chat.
Darbo cannot read.
It is mildly
And
creepy.
How am I meant to hit
But
something
interesting.
with this? At least could you put it on the end of a stick?
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna hit this. This is like a journal entry with all these. So he made, if you scroll down, he made the
I want the
Tome-
wristband.
the Tome of Living Memories. So
Oh my
it
God, that's cool.
Tome of Living Memories.
so it has like some inbuilt spells, and it also assists with certain knowledge checks. And it can
Is
be
it the one on the left or right?
it's the one on the left, and it can be improved over time as well with the addition of more body parts.
Well,
Can you improve it
I
with
know
a stick?
magic, but this
Well-
magic seems a little foreign to me.
You can't find any use for it. I'm sure it'll find a pretty price on the black market.
Oh,
Cora,
Well, at least can you give me some like
you-
rubber bands and a stick?
would you have any use for this, Cora? I mean, you casting magic.
Maybe me or Dabo maybe could use it. No, not really, because it's a wizard stuff. So I'm a cleric.
It may fetch. Like I said, it might fetch a price. Market.
Fantastic. Well,
Come on.
pleasure doing business, and I look forward to.
I'm sure Finton would have preferred something a little bit more practical. But
I mean,
Darbo needs a trophy to take back to
Well,
his leader,
There's a book.
Heatherax.
It's a-
The cunning.
it's a big swamp. I'm sure there's plenty of beasties out there for you to slay. But I guess they're adventures for another time,
of course.
because we're gonna.
I can show you more beasts to slay Dabo easily. There's plenty around here.
Darbo
As you
will go to slay.
enter the tavern to sit down around Bran's book and contemplate what to kill next. We're gonna call it a night there, guys. Thank you so much for playing.
that was.
Warriors,
Oh my
awesome.
god.
Oh, that
was
was
so much
fun.
fun. I'm very excited to come up with you a mock custom weapon of how we can attach this to a stick with some rubber bands, perhaps. Have it as a melee weapon that maybe rolls on the D1 with adding into my magical effects. Perhaps we roll on the D100 wild magic chart every time I hit a creature.
That
I'm
sounds fun.
so glad I didn't die. I
And
love
then
this
just feed him
character.
with
Hey!
I
knowledge.
was a little
Finton!
concerned. I was concerned.
Finton's a boss! Like, holy shit!
Finton's a bully. I mean, you
Only
pick it on
by
poor
Beyblade.
Diplo.
the human, well, the halfling Beyblade.
Yeah,
Man, like,
that was some actual tanking. That was.
that was
Totally.
proper.
That
I
was
got to 15.
Like, you guys are like, oh, I'm gonna fight this thing, oh, I'm gonna do that, and then I've got 3 snakes, 3 of these tiny things around me, and I'm just like, yeah!
I mean, I was a little disturbed that Bran didn't kill the Aboleth with a sharpshooter and kill it with a regular shot.
So
But
the frog.
I would love to do some favorite moments, but it's late, and my poor
is.
partner's trying to sleep behind me, so we're gonna sign off. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the channel and playing.
Yeah,
I can't thank you enough for joining us.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for-
us.
Thank you for the
all the
invite.
inspiration.
100%.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
bit more would be nice.
Uh,
yeah, I look forward to some more collaborations in the future.
Definitely.